Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to Last Brass Baseball's live commentary of the Nippon Professional Baseball League. We are bringing you the final game of the two-game set between the Chiba Lotte Marines and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. It is a beautiful, sunshiny day on Sunday afternoon in Japan, and Chiba fans are out in droves for this one here in the finale of the two-game set. Last night, it was a seesaw affair. The Marines had taken the lead twice in the ball game against the Golden Eagles. They jumped out with a home run by Hiromi Oka, and then only to have that game evened up. They took the lead again, 3-1 later in the ball game, and then a 3-run homer by Maikel Franco erased that deficit for the Golden Eagles. But then it was a 2-run homer in the bottom of the eighth inning by Taiga Hirasawa that put the Marines up 5-4, and that was where it ended in that ball game. And so today we are bringing you the finale, as we said in this series. We're going to first give you the starting lineups for the visitors from Tohoku, and leading off and playing in center field is number 8, Ryosuke Tatsumi. Batting second and playing second base is number 0, Hiroto Kobakata. And the 3 spot and doing the designated hitting is number 3, Hideto Asamura. Batting in the cleanup spot and playing first base is number 23, Maikel Franco. Batting fifth and playing right field, number 35, Hiroki Shimochi. Batting sixth and playing at third base tonight, number 5, Igor Emoji. Hitting seventh and in left field is number 4, Toshiki Abe. Batting eighth and playing shortstop is number 34, Tsuyoshi Yamazaki. Batting ninth and doing the catching is number 26, Jinjiro Sumitani. And they're going to be facing Tsushi Tenichi, who takes to the hill for the second time this season. He dropped the opener. He's 0-1. He worked 4 innings. He allowed 4 hits, 1 run. He'd walked 3 and struck out 10, and he possesses a 2.25 earned run average. And so that is your starting lineup for the Chiba Lotte Marines. And now your lineup for the Tohoku Rakuten that's your lineup for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. Now the lineup for the Chiba Lotte Marines. Leading off and playing in center field wearing number 1 is Kyoda Fujiwara. Batting second and playing shortstop is number 4, Hirohiro Fujioka. Batting third, second base is number 8, Shogo Nakamura. And the cleanup spot and playing first base is number 51, Koki Yamaguchi. Batting fifth and doing the designated hitting is number 22, Gregory Polanco. Batting sixth, the third base is number 5, Hisanori Yasuda. Hitting seventh in left field is number 25, Hiromi Oka. Batting eighth and doing the catching is number 32, Toshiya Sato. And batting ninth and in right field is number 13, Taiga Hirasawa. And they're going to be facing the right-hander Takayuki Kishi, who's making his first start of the 2023 campaign, as he will take to the hill the right-hander to face the Marines tonight. Well, that's your starting lineup. We welcome Ruben Hogan to the stream tonight. He says, who will win this game? He says he's going to go under 7 tonight. Well, that part there, the over-unders, I don't know. And to be honest with you, we put our picks up on our community page there, Ruben, so you're welcome to go over and take a look. We absolutely got skewered last night. Everything that could go wrong went wrong, as we did not get a win at all in any of our picks. That's the first time it's been in a while. We have our friend Ryan Doherty in the house as well. And we welcome you, Ryan, and we appreciate you for stopping in. We will be right back here in just a couple moments, everybody, after this from our friend Steve Rademacher.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the right-hander Sushi Tanichi taking to the hill here, number 16 for the Marines. The right-hander, as we said, took the loss in his opener, and unfortunately for him, he had pitched pretty well, 4 innings, and had struck out 10 batters. Our friend Bay Area EA Sports says, who wins tonight? Well, if you go take a look on our community page, we've given all our predictions every single day of the NPB season. But if you would have followed us last night, you probably would be saying, why are we following these guys? Because we absolutely got skunked. A couple of games by 1 run and a couple of games that the other team had it early, and then it ended up not happening that way there. And so we ended up licking our wounds, and now we're back at it again here tonight, trying to get ourselves back on the board with some points here and a couple of victories that we call correctly. Well, we're ready to get this one underway as it's beautiful sunshiny skies in Chiba today. It is the Golden Eagles are in their maroon tops with the white pants and the maroon piping. And the first pitch of the ball game is a fastball that misses down for ball 1, and the count is 1-0 when we are underway. Ryosuke Tatsumi batting here. He's hitting 179 on the early going with a homer and 3 RBIs. As he waits on the offering from the right-hander Tanichi, and it's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Tatsumi last night was the final out of the ball game. He hit the ball to the deepest part of the ballpark with a couple of runners on as he takes a fastball on the inside corner for a called strike, and the count is 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. So the problem is that with regards to Tatsumi, of course, he sent it to the deepest part and just couldn't quite do it. As that fastball misses down and in, it's 3-1 now to him. That was sort of the problem last night. They were able to battle back, but couldn't keep it once they got into that position. There's a fastball that swung on and missed. Count is now 3-2. Our friend Kaiser says, and I hope I say that right, Kaiser, Kyzrr, says he took the Hawks over 3.5, or he said the Eagles, that is. I need some offense like last night as that fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 3-2. It is a much better offensive lineup tonight that they have run out, have the Golden Eagles. Asamura got the start as the DH tonight, and Igoro Moji in the ball game as well. As here comes the 3-2 offering. It's a fastball that misses inside, and it's going to be a leadoff walk here for Tatsumi to get things going in the top of the first inning, and that's going to bring up the second baseman, Hirota Kobakata. Well, Kobakata last night had himself a couple of knocks, but he also had a ball that went off his glove in left field that ended up leading to a couple of runs. Kobakata gets the start at second base tonight. I'm not really sure that I like Kobakata in the outfield. I like his game. I like the little nickel and dime punch and Judy type player that he is at the plate. He's able to get the bat to the ball. He's able to bunt. He's able to do some smart things. But they got to find a place for him every day. And here's the first pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count's 0-1. He played a lot of shortstop for them last year, but it seemed as if that the Golden Eagles brass is more set on Yamazaki as their shortstop than Kobakata. But Kobakata does have some use, that's for sure. And, of course, with Asamura, the aging second baseman, there's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count's now 0-2 to Kobakata. He is aging, but he's still performing at a high level. He's a middle-of-the-order type hitter, whereas Kobakata is not. He's probably suited for the 1, 2, 6 spot in the batting order. As the left-handed hitting second baseman waits here on the 0-2 offering from Tanichi, who kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded over to first. Fielded by Yamaguchi over to second for 1. Back to first, and it is a double play. Nice play by Koki Yamaguchi, who fielded the ball, and it's going to be 3-6-3 on the putouts. That's going to retire Kobakata. You don't see that very often. A little surprised that they didn't bunt him there, or that they did not put the leadoff hitter Tatsumi in motion at some point, either via hit and run or a straight steal. But has a double play there, and that's going to leave it up to Hideto Asamura. Well, for Asamura, he is hitting a 190 on the season. He came in and he got on base last night. And there is a breaking ball that misses down for ball 1. The count is 1-0. The captain of the Golden Eagles had himself a very nice bounce-back year last season. His 2021 campaign, was a little bit off the mark from what he had done in 2020, as there's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count now is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Samura bats from the right side against the right-handed throwing Tanichi, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Right-hander working from the set position as he delivers. It's a split finger pitch, swung on and missed. Count goes to 2-2. You see a lot of pitchers, they throw from the set position or a pseudo set. They might have a little bit of a windup going on. So 2 balls and 2 strikes, and there's the pitch. It is a fastball. It misses down. They appeal over to the first base umpire, but they say that Asamer didn't go. That's got to be a veteran call, because that sure looked like he had offered at that one. We'd have to get a replay of that one, but not sure I necessarily like that one there. So here comes the 3-2 pitch, and there is a fastball taken for a called third strike. And Asamura stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by for out number 3 here in the first inning. Well, there was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. The Eagles, 0. The Marines coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the first inning in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for checking in here with us tonight. Here's our friend Steve Rademacher.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you will give to our channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. We appreciate you as always. It is going to be the top of the order coming up for the Marines here to face the right-hander Takayuki Kishi. Kishi is making his season debut this year. He was 1 game below 500 in the win column last year, as he was 9-10. The right-hander is going to be facing Kyoto Fujiwara, Hirohiro Fujioka, and Shogo Nakamura, the 1-2-3 hitters, as they are ready to go here in the first inning. Fujiwara off to a really strong start. He's hitting .391 at the top of the order with no homers and a couple RBIs. And the first offering here from Kishi as he kicks and delivers is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike as the right-hander Kishi rocks into the motion, and he kicks and delivers. There is a fastball that's taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Fujiwara as the right-hander Kishi waits no time. He rocks into the windup and he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is sliced down the left field line, but it's going to bounce foul up against the sidewall there as it starts to jut out towards the fair territory. So still no balls and 2 strikes. We got Joseph and Adrioni in the house, and here's the pitch. It's a fastball that this is inside, and the count is now 1-2. He says, what's the Japan site where we can watch the games on? Well, I don't know what Japan site you can watch the games on. There's been some people in the chat here as the fastball is delivered and misses inside, and the count is 2-2. Over the course of the nights, especially last night, there's enough people that can give directions to where it is, and one of the sites you want to look at is, you got to Google is Live QQ. That will take you there. There's some betting sites people were talking about the other night. Fastball is swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2. I think you have to pay to be a member of some of those sites. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Fujiwara as he waits here on the offering from the righty Kishi, who rocks into the windup and delivers. It's a fastball, waved at and missed. Fujiwara is down on strikes. He's gone for out number 1, and that is going to bring up the shortstop, Hirohiro Fujioka. One of the things to keep in mind with Kishi is he's one of those type of pitchers that he's about a 5-inning kind of guy, a 5 and a fly guy. He's a little older in age. He's on the wrong side of 30. Anytime he gets past the 5th inning, you got to keep your hand on the phone to the bullpen. And there's a fastball delivered. This ball is belted into deep right field. Moving back on it, and this ball is going to be played off the wall by the right fielder Shimochi. He's going to fire it in, and cruising into second base with a stand-up double is the shortstop Fujioka. So a 1-out double for him, and that's going to bring up the second baseman Shogo Nakamura. Well, for Nakamura, he's batting 160 on the season. He's got no homers and 1 RBI. He really got himself off to a rugged start. Did not have a hit in his first 18 trips to the plate. He's slowly starting to figure it out. When Nakamura gets hot, he can put the Marines on his back and carry him for a couple of weeks. So he bats from the right side. He waggles the bat, waiting here on the offering from Kishi, who checks the runner Fujioka at second and now delivers. It's a breaking ball. Drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Nakamura last season hit .257. He had a dozen home runs. He's going to have to pick up the pace there. That hit there by Fujioka, who doubled. He's really swinging the hot bat. He's got 7 hits and 11 at-bats this year now as the fastball misses down, and the count now is 1-1 to Nakamura. Nakamura, as we said, is a product of a lot of good Japanese second basemen. When you look around the NPB, at Edo Asamura, of course, for the Golden Eagles, and you've got Nakamura here for the Marines, and you look to the other division, you got Shugo Maki, who's applying his trade with the Bay Stars, Tetsudo Yamada, 1/3 of the league, very strong at second base. There's a fastball swung on it. It is grounded softly up the middle. It is fielded by the second baseman for the Golden Eagles, who is tonight Kobakata, and he throws to first. That's going to retire Nakamura for the ground out 4-3. He's erased for the second out, but it's going to advance Fujioka over to third, and it'll bring Koki Yamaguchi to the plate. Well, for Yamaguchi, he's hitting .280 on the young season. He's got no homers and 4 RBIs. He made a nice defensive play here tonight for that double play, and he's also had some pretty good defensive plays this year as well. Certainly last night we watched a couple of plays that he made. Very solid, getting a chance to be a regular in the lineup as he bats from the right side here against the right-handed throwing Kishi, who kicks and now delivers. It's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Yamaguchi. We will be back on the airwaves for more action later in the week. We haven't sorted out our schedule yet. Definitely be on for the weekend games. We're going to try to call the midweek games if we can. And if we can't, then we're going to have to try to do some other stuff. But we are going to try to get some midweek games in this week. The following week, I just can't see myself doing it, as there's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. The count is now 0-2 to Yamaguchi. But we were looking at the schedule ahead to see who was playing and when they were playing, and we're kind of eyeing the Golden Eagles in the Buffalo series. That we would do that on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. That goes off at Tohoku, but we also want to check the weather to make sure that everything is going to be pretty decent in the Sapporo region. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count now is 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good crowd tonight in Chiba. Lots of people wearing the home whites. Lots of noise being made. As we said, a beautiful sunshiny day. The wind is blowing in more from left center today across the diamond from that direction, as opposed to straight in, which we saw last night. As the 1-2 offering is on the way, and Kishi kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that just misses outside. The count now goes to 2-2 on Yamaguchi. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Friend Alexander Leggett pops in. Alexander Leggett left at the time last night when the game just started to get interesting. He couldn't keep his eyes open. He was ready to go to bed. I know last night he was in the chat and we said, hey, why don't you stick around? And nope, got to call it a night. And that's when the game got entertaining. And there was a fastball taken just below the knees, and the count is 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Yamaguchi. As we look at the replay, I have to say that pitch there came in right at knee high. I think it was a little home call there for Yamaguchi. At the same time, I'm not sure that Simitani did a great job of getting up underneath that pitch to be able to stick that delivery. Here comes the 3-2 pitch as the right-hander holds set. And now he kicks and he fires. It's a breaking ball swung on and tap foul right behind home plate. Keeps the count at 3-2, and we're going to do this all over again. Our friend Alexander says he saw the score from NPB Twitter. He said he was so upset. Yeah, you're absolutely right. The NPB Twitter guys, got to tip your hat to that fella. He does a great job. I sent him a message about 3 weeks before Trevor Bauer got signed, and I said, hey, why don't you post a message up that Bauer's coming to the NPB, and there's a split finger pitch that misses down, and it's going to be ball 4. And he messaged me back pretty quickly. He's like, man, you think that it's going to happen? It's going to be a firestorm, except I didn't have him going to the Bay Stars. I thought maybe that possibly the Carp might sign him, one of those type of teams. Had some information that there was a couple of people that were customers of mine that are being represented by Trevor Bauer's agent. And they said that, yeah, it's pretty much a fait accompli at the time, but details and everything was being worked out. And of course, the Bay Stars signed him, and they announced it during the Classic. And the word on the street is he should be ready to make his start in the middle of April, which is points to maybe possibly as early as later next week, or maybe even the following week. So Kishi on the mound here gets the sign from his catcher, and as Gregory Polanco steps in with runners on the corners, Polanco 2 for 20 on the season, and he takes a first pitch breaking ball low for ball 1. The count is 1-0. Polanco had a hit last night as he was in a bit of a slump. He had a home run, and he had the knock last night, which gives him the 2 hits on the year, batting 100 with that homer and 2 RBIs. As the right-hander Kishi ready to go back to work. He holds set, checks the runners, and now he delivers. There's a fastball swung on, and it's lifted foul in behind home plate, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. I'm interested to see Bauer. We'll probably go out of our way to try to make that call on the game. If we can pick up the Bay Stars, I'm curious to know how they're going to use him. I wonder if they'll maybe not make him a weekend starter. If they put him into the midweek, it'll certainly be a draw. You got the former Cy Young Award winner still in his prime as the breaking ball misses down, and the count is 2-1. When I watched Roberto Osuna pitch last year for the Marines, of course, he's moved over to the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. Osuna was at a whole other level on the food chain compared to pretty much every other closer in the NPB. He is right in the prime of his career. Of course, some of his off-field, we'll call it behavioral issues, had got in the way and got him run out of Major League Baseball. And the pitch is a fastball that is swung on and missed. The count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Polanco. It's too bad for Osuna because he's an outstanding closer, both for the Toronto Blue Jays and for the Houston Astros. Young guy couldn't keep it together off the field. Certainly got a lot of negative publicity north of the border in Toronto for his off-field behavior and domestic issues. Here comes the 2-2 pitch as Kishi delivers. It is a fastball that comes inside, and it just misses hitting Polanco. First, I thought it might have just clipped him, but nope, it's going to be a ball. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. The way he reacted, it looked like he was ready to go to first base. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Keep our eye on Yamaguchi. He's going to be on the move as soon as the ball gets delivered to the dish. And here comes the 3-2 offering to Polanco as Kishi holds set. And now he fires. That's a breaking ball that misses outside, and that's going to be ball 4. That's going to load the bases. Back-to-back walks to Yamaguchi and Polanco With Fujioka over at third, that's going to bring the catcher Sumitani out to the mound to have a word with his right-hander. As it's going to be Hisanori Yasuda who will stride to the plate. Yeah, Alexander Leggett says, just athlete drama. What we care about is his on-base drama. Yeah, and that's a lot of the things. I mean, you think about it, the guy who works as the postman or the guy who works as the garbage man and all the stuff that goes on in his life, he doesn't get the publicity some of these athletes get because of their status. And the athletes aren't even the one making the most money. It's the owners of these teams. And there's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field. It's going to be trouble. It's going to be down, and it's going to be extra bases. One run is in. Rounding third and heading home is going to be Yamaguchi. And that's going to be a double for Hisanori Yasuda. He's going to knock in 2 runs. And that's going to put the Marines out in front here 2-0. It brings home Fujioka and Yamaguchi. Stopping at third will be Gregory Polanco, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Hiromi Oka. So you could just see the way it was going here for Kishi. He just wasn't getting a feel for his pitches. His command was a little bit off. He left that pitch a little too much over the plate, and he was made to pay by Yasuda. The 2 RBI double here. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Hiromi Oka. Well, our friend Mr. Cap is in the house tonight. Our friend Kieser says he took the wrong team. Yeah, that seems to be our theme the last couple of nights, taking the wrong team. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 0-1. But sometimes it's early when you think about in some of the games that when a team scores early and often, the bats go silent the rest of the way. And that is something to keep an eye on here. So here comes the 0-1 offering as Kishi holds set and now delivers. It's a fastball. It's taken for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. He's just got to be able to get through this inning. I watched a little bit of the game between the Fighters and the Buffaloes, and the Fighters jumped all over the Buffaloes for 4 runs in the top of the first. And I thought, oh, great, here we go. But the Buffaloes came right back with one of their own, and they had the bases loaded looking for more. They weren't able to cash any more in that first inning. And there's a breaking ball taken for a called third strike. And Oka is gone on strikes. He's done for out number 3, but too little too late there by Kishi as the Marines were able to score 2 runs in the inning. They had 2 runs on the benefit of 2 hits. There were no errors, and there were 2 runners left aboard. 2s all the way around. Your score at the end of 1, it is the Marines 2 and the Eagles no score. Stick around, everybody. I'll be back in just a few with all the action right after this. Appreciate you guys for being in here with us tonight. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top half of the second inning, and it is going to be the heart of the Eagles batting order to come to bat. Maikel Franco, Hiroki Shimochi, and Igoro Moji playing here tonight for the Golden Eagles. 4, 5, and 6 in the batting order. Franco last night hit a big 3-run homer to put the Golden Eagles up in front, only to see that evaporate in the bottom of the 8th inning on the 2-run homer by Taiga Hirasawa. The first pitch delivered to the big right-handed hitting first baseman is a breaking ball that misses upstairs for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes it is. And there's a breaking ball that's delivered, and it's taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1. Our friend Mr. Cap says, we are indeed, Freddie, got to get my NPB fix in before work next morning. Absolutely. Tyler is in the house again here tonight, and here's the pitch. It's a fastball. It's taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 1-2 on Franco. Well, as I said, it's early going. Sometimes the teams that score early and often maybe don't necessarily keep it going. So here's the 1-2 pitch, and it's a fastball that's bounced up to the plate at about 52 feet. Ball there. It looked like if we were playing cricket, they were looking to grab a wicket there. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Franco. As he waits here on the offering from the right-hander, Tanichi, and there's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Franco is down on strikes as he has history for out number 1 here in the top of the second inning, and that's going to bring up Hiroki Shimochi. Well, for Shimochi, he's off to a rugged start this year. He's batting .120 on the season with no homers and 1 RBI. That's from the left side against the right-handed throwing Tanichi. Tanichi's last start, he went 4 innings and struck out 10. He's already got 2 strikeouts here and an inning and a third as the breaking ball misses upstairs for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Shimochi to be followed by Igor Emoji here in the top of the second for the Eagles. As the pitch is delivered, it's a fastball that just misses up and in. The count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Shimochi waggling the bat. Waiting here on the offering from the righty, and it's a fastball that just misses low, and the count goes to 3-0. Defensively tonight for the Marines, we haven't given you the defensive look. It's Hiromi Oka is in left. The center fielder is Kyoto Fujiwara, and the right fielder is Taiga Hirasawa. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count goes to 3-1 on Shimochi. Around the horn from first to third, it is Yamaguchi is at first, Nakamura is at second, the shortstop is Fujioka, and Yasuda is at the hot corner. The battery of Tanichi and Sato make up the rest of the lineup as a fastball catches the outside corner, and the count goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Hiroki Shimochi. Right-hander again back to work. He delivers. There's a split-fingered pitch that is down. He checks his swing, does Shimochi, but the home plate umpire goes up with the right hand. He says that he went. I'd like to get a look at that myself on the replay because I'm not so sure about that. It was a split finger pitch. It came down and in. Let me see the the angle from the pitcher. I'm not so sure about that. Maybe off to the side might be a little bit different, but that is going to put Shimochi in the books for out number 2. That'll bring up Igor Emoji. We've got our friend CV Baseball Card Collector in the house. We welcome you to the stream as always. And there's a first pitch fastball that misses the knees inside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Moji 0 for 4 to start the season. We saw him for the first time last night. He actually came into the ball game as a runner for Asamura. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0. We were saying a couple of years ago, every time we watched Igor Emoji play in last night's game, he always did something special. He always hit a home run. He always seemed like he was doing something all the time. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and it's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is now 2-1. Emoji was the consummate fire starter for the Golden Eagles. So 2 balls and 1 strike as the right-hander works to the set position, and now he delivers. It's a fastball that misses in, and that goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike here with 2 gone in the top of the second inning. And the Marines are trailing the Marines are leading the Golden Eagles 2-0. As the right-hander delivers, it's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and now the count runs full. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. In some ways, I think the Golden Eagles are still trying to sort out their offense. This here is a much more potent offense tonight than what we witnessed last night. Looked like the B lineup was rolled out. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. And what do you know? We watch a game that Moji plays in, and he does something good. He's got himself a base hit single. That is going to bring up the left fielder, Toshiki Abe. Another thing that we noticed about Moji, it was like 5s all around. He wears number 5, and it was like the 5th inning. Every time the 5th inning rolled around, that was the time where he would do damage. So watching the games, 5s for Moji, playing the third base position. which is the number 5 position on the field, and of course, sometimes even batting 5th in the batting order. But that is Goro Moji with the hit. So the first hit of the game for the Eagles. Golden Eagles fans are in good form. They're back in attendance in left field again today. There's a fastball that misses upstairs to Abby for ball 1. The count is 1-0. So for Abby, he's absolutely having a tough start to his campaign. He was a Chinichi Dragon last year. He's come over. He hit 270 for the Dragons. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count's 1-1. He played a full slate of games. He's batting 130 in the early going, and he's got nothing on the slash line here. So pretty unproductive. At one point in time, will they want to pull the plug and maybe look at somebody else? I'm not sure. So here comes the 1-1 pitch as the lefty kick, or as the righty kicks and delivers. It's a split finger pitch that misses down, and the count is 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. We haven't seen Haruki Nishikawa this year for the Golden Eagles. We've got him listed down with the second team right now. Nishikawa came over from the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters last year, and he was in the lineup for them. There's a fastball that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count goes even to 2-2. He was the NPB Player of the Month in March, April, and then he absolutely, his game went completely south after that. Also on the second team is Daichi Suzuki right now. Even Chris Gittins can't even get into the first team side. There's a split finger pitch. It gets away from the catcher Sato. That's going to advance Moji up a base on the wild pitch. That's going to run the count to 3-2. So Moji on the wild pitch goes over to second. Split finger pitch he couldn't control. It actually was tough on Sato there. Maybe do a little bit better job of moving to his left, but just the way the ball bounced, very difficult. Moji now in scoring position. The 3-2 count to Abby here. As the right-handed hitting, Abby takes a breaking ball for a called third strike. And that is going to do it here in the second inning. Well, the right-hander Tanichi, he strikes out the side. And it is no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left the board. We're now through 1.5 innings. Your score is the Chiba Lotte Marines 2 and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles no score. We'll stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys being here. We'll talk to you in just a couple minutes, and we'll answer Mr. Cap's questions when we return. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred with Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. We're moving here to the bottom of the second inning. It is going to be Toshiya Sato, Taiga Hirasawa, and the top of the order, Kyoto Fujiwara. The 8-9 and hitters to come to bat as Sato steps to the plate. He is batting 167 on the year with no homers and no RBIs. As Kishi begins his second inning of work, 28 pitches in that first inning by Kishi. As he delivers a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Friend Mr. Cap in the chat asked the question, do you see significant difference in the type of pitches thrown in the NPB compared to the MLB? And there is a split finger pitch swung on and it's chopped foul over on the first base side. The count is 0-2. To answer your question, yeah, I do. I mean, both leagues throw their fastballs. When you think of Major League Baseball, the changeup is really used in the MLB, whether the circle change or the pitchfork change, whatever you so desire. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And Sato is gone on strikes for out number 1 here, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Taiga Hirasawa. And the thing that we see with that is that there are changeups in the NPB, just not as many thrown by the domestic players. We see a lot more split finger pitches, and we see breaking balls. So fastball, breaking ball, split finger pitch type of skill set. And you see different things in the MLB, of course. There's a first pitch breaking ball that misses down and into the count is 1-0. Major League Baseball, as we say, it'll be fastball, breaking ball, changeup. I say breaking ball because that'll be your slider, your curveball. There's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count now goes even to 1-1 on Hirasawa. Hirasawa was the hero in last night's game. He had the 2-run shot in the 8th inning that put the Marines up for good as they won that game 5-4. As he swings at a breaking ball and fouls that one off, and the count is 1-2. Yeah, it's interesting. He says that we say split finger more than the average MLB announcer. Absolutely. There is a fastball swung on. This ball is belted down the line in left field, and it's just going to slice foul. Hirasawa went the other way and took it a long way. Going to run the count to 1-2. Yeah, the split finger pitch here, and sometimes I'll call it a breaking ball, and they go back on the replay because the split finger pitch is tough to pick up. And then in slow motion, you can obviously see the grip of the ball. The split finger pitch has a really 12-6 motion to it. They got away from it in North American circles for a long time because really the split finger pitch for some players, you have to have big fingers in which to throw it. There is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 2-2. Guys with smaller fingers to try to be able to throw it, it really widens out the fingers, but it puts tension in the tendons between the elbow and the wrist. And a lot of guys start having some issues there. As there's a fastball swung on. This ball is golfed into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit in front of Shimouchi. It's going to be a single for Hirasawa, so his hitting continues. He's now 2 for 4 on the season. As he is the board at first base, that's going to bring the top of the order, Kyoto Fujiwara, to the plate. So a lot of the pitching coaches in North America have kind of shied away from the split finger pitch because of the issues with the forearm, especially in the tendons, because it puts quite the strain on the arms. And as I said, you have to have big fingers in which to throw that pitch, or long fingers in which to throw that pitch, maybe not necessarily big. And there are a lot of players that just can't be able to do it. And the stress that it puts onto the forearm can be a problem. And there is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 0-1. And when you think of Japanese players, when they come to North America, I think, of course, of Hideo Nomo. Hideo Nomo, who was a player with the Los Angeles Dodgers when he broke in. And he spent time with a number of teams across Major League Baseball. The 0-1 is on the way, and there is a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is 1-1. You think of it, and when you think of a guy like Nomo, it was devastating. That pitch would come in and it looked like it would fall right off the table. And I think when you think of him, and you think of Daisuke Masazaka, and keep an eye on Kodai Senga with the Mets, those guys there are going to be that as well. Our friend Alexander Leggett says that and knuckleballs. He misses the knuckleballs. A dying art. As the runner Hirasawa dives back to first base. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Fujiwara. Fujiwara struck out his first time up. Started the ball game with a .391 batting average. And the short sample size that we've played here. As the right-hander holds set, does Kishi. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 2-1. I would also say something that you probably don't see a lot of here in this league. You see more curveballs than you do per se see sliders. Not a lot of sliders in the Japanese league. And, the difference from the curveball to the slider is the bite, certainly, of the pitch. It's the downward movement as well as the horizontal movement. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is golfed into right center field. It's going to get down. Cutting it off as the center fielder rounding second. And rounding third and heading home now is Hirasawa, and he is going to score the run all the way from first base on the double by Fujiwara. As he doubles into right center field, Hirasawa comes all the way around to score. It's going to be a 3-0 lead now for the Marines. And that is going to bring up the shortstop, Fujioka. And Mr. Cap asked the question, how come NPB pitchers use it a lot, though it's known to cause issues? The other thing is, too, is also how hard they throw the ball. And there are some power arms in the NPB, don't get me wrong. There's some guys that can go out there and roll 100 plus miles an hour. As here comes the first offering from Kishi as he delivers a fastball that misses upstairs for ball one. The count's 1-0. Sometimes the stress of the power arms by throwing that pitch, guys who maybe are a little bit softer. And so, for example, you'll see some pitchers that'll throw upper 80s top out in the NPB, some of the back end Tommy John surgeries that have happened in baseball. Sometimes guys get the Tommy John surgery and they come back throwing harder than they were before. We had a shortstop at the college I was coaching at a few years ago that had Tommy John surgery. They took a piece of his hamstring. They put it into his throwing elbow. He missed about 8 months of action, had the rehab as a breaking ball misses upstairs. It's now 3-0 to Fujioka. This is not going to bode well if Kishi can't get through 3 or 4 innings here, at least 4 innings. Last night, the Eagles had to go to their bullpen early, and they'll have to go back to it again here tonight as the fastball is swung on and lifted foul behind home plate. That's going to run the count to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Fujioka. Fujioka, as we said, 7 for 11 on the season. With that double in, he scored a run in the first inning. We haven't given the defensive alignment for the Golden Eagles tonight. As the pitch is a breaking ball that misses down and in, and that's going to be ball 4. That's Fujioka's got himself a walk-up, puts runners at first and second. We've got Scott Roeder in the house tonight. He says he's enjoying the stream, and we enjoy having you with us, Sir Scott. Thanks for bouncing in again tonight. We much appreciate you for being here. It's going to bring the pitching coach out to the mound, and while he's doing that, we got Shrembini Tennis in the house, so everybody is checking in here. The Eagles tonight, defensively, as we haven't given you that, from left to right field in the outfield, it is Toshiki Abe in left. The center fielder is Ryosuke Tatsumi, and in right field, it's Hiroki Shimouchi. Around the horn from first to third, Mikhail Franco is holding down the one bag. Is Kobakata at second. The shortstop's Yamazaki, and at third base, it's Moji. And the battery is Kishi and Sumitani for now, but already 46 pitches here in the second inning for Kishi. It may not be a long night for him. If you guys are interested in tennis and you want somebody who's way more entertaining than me to have to look at, you want to check out Yannick Shrembini's channel for Shrembini Tennis. If you guys are into that sort of stuff, any type of stick and ball game is always a good thing. As the right-hander Kishi holds to the set position, and now he's ready to go to work again and kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on his line past the diving Moji at third into left field. Fielding it is the left fielder Abbey. Here comes the throw to the plate. Mays slides, and he's not in time. It's going to be a run-scoring single for Shogo Nakamura, and that is going to bring in the run here. Oh, boy. Nakamura's got himself the single and an RBI. We're going to see where Fujioka ends up with, but Fujiwara comes all the way around to score from second base. That's going to increase the score to 4-0. Great effort there by the third baseman Moji to dive to try to knock it down. Abbey's throw came to the plate. It was cut off, and it was not in time. And now the score is 4-0 for the Marines. Fujioka stopped at second base there as they had cut the ball off. And they're still threatening here with only 1 gone in the inning. And Koki Yamaguchi stepping to the plate. A friend Kaiser says that the Eagles are trash. Well, they certainly look like it right now. So here comes the pitch from Kishi. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. For Yamaguchi tonight, he walked and scored a run his first time up. He's hitting .280 on the young season. No homers and 4 RBIs. He looks to keep the conga line going. He's got 7 hits and 25 trips to the plate. As the right-hander holds to the set position, checks the runner over at second. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled straight back. The count is 1-1. Alexander Leggett says he saw the pitching matchup and wanted to put a little bet on the Marines. Boy, oh boy. We got absolutely hammered in our picks last night. We gave our selections. If you were looking at our page, we absolutely got dummied. That was as ugly as you can get in terms of the picks. There's a fastball swung on it. It's going to break the bat. The bat ends up almost at the shortstop position, and the ball goes right to the glove of the left fielder, Shimouchi. And that is going to retire Yamaguchi. Oh, boy. There's a lot of lumber that's been sawed off there. So Yamaguchi's out for out number 2. That's going to leave it all up to the designated hitter, Gregory Polanco. Did a pretty good job of keeping his hands inside the ball, and I couldn't believe how far that bat went. The bat head ends up almost at the shortstop position. But Yamaguchi retired for the second out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the DH Polanco here. Well, Polanco is officially got 1 walk to his name tonight. He's batting 100 on the season. He's 2 for 20. Homer and 2 RBIs as the right-hander Kishi now kicks and delivers. That's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. Trying to get everybody caught up on the out-of-town scoreboard here tonight. There's a lot of action around the NPB. Nothing. Bottom of the third inning with the Hawks and the Lions. As here comes the 0-1 pitch to Gregory Polanco as Kishi kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is golfed into center field. That ball is going to get down for a base hit. Rounding second and heading home is the runner. The throw's not going to be in time as Fujioka is going to score. That's going to increase the score to 5-0 here for the Marines. Stopping at second is Nakamura. Gregory Polanco gets himself an RBI single. And that's going to bring up Hisanori Yasuda. And it's going to bring another trip out to the mound by the catcher, Simatani, as the right-hander here is getting worked. We're going to see how much they've got left here. I know that, as we said last night, they had to go to their bullpen early. We'll see what they're going to have up their sleeve tonight. Here are the Golden Eagles. As we said, scores from around the NPB. Hawks and Lions, bottom of the third, tied at nothing. In the bottom of the fifth inning, the Fighters are laying the wood to the Buffaloes 7-1 in Osaka. It's the Carp doing it again to the Giants. The Giants had a 1-0 lead, and now it is 4-1 for the Carp. And here comes the first offering to the left-handed hitting Yasuda. It's a breaking ball that misses outside, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Yasuda had a double and drove in 2 runs his first time up. The game between the Tigers and Swallows are 0-0. That could be a 1-0 ball game again tonight. Pitching's been great for both of those teams this year. 6-0 Bay Stars over the Dragons, and it's just in the top of the second. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on and missed. The count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Yasuda looking to keep it going here is the 8th batter sent to the plate here in this inning. And here comes the 1-1 offering from Kishi. As he checks the runner at second, now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count's 1-2. I would have to think that their bullpen can't be overly taxed for the Eagles. I mean, this is the second game on a 2-game set. They had Friday off and they'll have Monday off. Our friend Andy says, a quick check-in from the Koshin. He says, Tigers pitcher Saiki has got 8 strikeouts through 3. Andy's at the game today. Hopefully you're enjoying the time there, Andy, and listening to us, maybe for a brief minute or two. What a great ball day for a ball game. As that fastball misses down, it's 2-2. What we should do is we should have a live look-in, or maybe not a live look-in, but a Andy Altman or live breakaway feed in the middle of the game. We should figure out how to do that. So here comes the 2-2 pitch as Kishi works to the set position and delivers. There's a fastball that misses outside. They appeal to the third base umpire, but they say that Yasuda didn't go, and that's going to run the count to 3-2. Andy says it's packed and he can't hear a thing so long. So appreciate you for stopping in there, Andy. As he said yesterday, he is in Osaka. He's seeing the Swallows and the Tigers. So here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is hit through the 4-hole into right field, and the Marines are going to get another run here. And that is going to bring in Nakamura from second. An RBI single for Yasuda, and the hit parade continues. Kishi here is getting knocked around like a tin can. Another hit in the inning as Nakamura scores, and no sign of the manager coming out yet. Going to let him hang here. 6-0 the score line as the Marines continue to pound the ball. That's the 5th hit of the inning and the 7th of the ball game, recorded by Chiba thus far here. Not only were they looking for it, we might be looking for the fire escape as well. So that's runners around the corners right now as Polanco had advanced to third. That brings the 9-hitter to the plate. The 9th hitter of the inning to the plate in Hiromi Oka. The first pitch to Oka is a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep center field. Moving back, and under it is the center fielder Tatsumi. He's going to make the catch, but that is going to do it as the Marines bat around in their half of the inning. They scored 4 runs on 5 hits. There was no errors and 2 runners left the board. We are now through to complete our score. Chiba Lotte Marines 6, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action after this. There's another one from our friend Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check him out after the game.
Oh, hello. Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game. Really exciting. Lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in, check them out, leave a like, tell other people. But, Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. It's been an all-out assault offensively for the Marines in their first 2 innings as they have lit the starter for the Golden Eagles up. Takayuki Kishi has allowed 6 runs in his 2 innings of work. We are ready to get the top of the third going here as it's going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters to come to bat for the Golden Eagles. Tsuyoshi Yamazaki, Jinjiro Simatani, and the top of the order, Ryosuke Tatsumi, to face the right-hander Tanichi here, who has been on fire so far tonight. The first pitch at 91 miles an hour is taken for a ball outside. The count is quickly 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Right-hander Tanichi ready to deliver again, and there's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Disappointing there for the starter Kishi, just getting rocked around. He needs to come in. As I said before, we saw him pitch last year, and he's a 500 arm. He was 9-10 last season, and he's, usually the alarm bells go off in about the 5th inning. As that fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 2-1 to Yamazaki. But alarm bells are going off early and often here in this one. So the right-hander, Anichi gets a new baseball ready to go back at it again. Our friend Tyler says that, the Marines are raking tonight, as he said in the last half inning. Absolutely, as a fastball misses outside, the count is 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. As the right-hander works to the set position, and now he kicks and delivers. It is a split-finger pitch swung on. It is lifted into center field. Moving over underneath it And drifting in a little bit is Fujiwara, and he's going to make the catch. So Yamazaki, a 3-1 pitch, doesn't do much with it. He ends up flying out to center field for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the catcher, Jinjiro Simatani. Well, for Simatani in last night's ball game, with the Eagles down 1-0, he deposited a line drive home run into the seats in left field. He is 1 for 1 on the early going this season, 2 for 9 at the plate. Sorry, I say 1 for 1. He's got a home run and an RBI, and he's got 2 for 9 at the plate as he takes a first pitch fastball for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Right-hander back to work. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. A little disappointing, the Golden Eagles output here. Something's going on with the pitcher and the home plate umpire. Home plate umpire had to step out and give some communication to the pitcher, something about what he was doing with his side of his leg. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, and it is a split finger pitch swung on and missed. The count goes to 1-2. 4 strikeouts in the first 2 innings for Tanichi. Looking very, very good here as the right-hander works to the set position, and now he comes set to the belt, and he kicks and delivers. It is a split finger pitch swung on and missed. Oh, Simatani looked sick on that one. He waved at that ball as it went by. He's gone for out number 2, and that's going to bring the top of the order, Ryosuke Tatsumi, to the plate. Well, for Tatsumi, he had a leadoff walk to begin the ball game, but he was erased in on a double play. So Tatsumi stepping to the dish, waiting on the first offering, and the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. As the right-hander delivers again, and it's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count is now 2-0. We've committed to doing this game through its entirety tonight, and if the game got more out of hand, we would have to consider flipping over to a more competitive game, and that game could be the Hawks and the Lions, who are locked at zeros. They had another neutral site game there as a fastball swung on. It's grounded softly to third, fielded neatly by the third baseman Yasuda, who throws to first, and Tatsumi is retired on a groundout 5-3 for the third out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now moving to the bottom of the third inning. By the looks of it, manager Ishii coming out to talk to the home plate umpire. And I think that Kishi's night will be done. We'll be back in just a moment, as it looks like there will be a pitching change. And I guess the only question I had is, what took him so long? All right, we'll be right back in just a few.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you, Steve, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check him out after the game. We'll be back in 30 with all the action and your pitching change after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are going to have ourselves a pitching change, but we just have a slight delay in the action as we're getting the view of the crowd. The line on the starter, Takayuki Kishi, not a very impressive one. 2 innings of work. He allowed 6 runs, all of which were earned. He had given up 7 hits. He had walked a couple of batters in the ball game and only had 2 strikeouts. So his night is done. We have got a right-hander now coming in to replace him. And it also looks like we're also going to have a new catcher as well. So it looks like it's going to be Suryu who is coming in to pitch. We'll get that update for you here in just a second. It looks like number 69. This is Suryu Uchi, or Chiu, or Uchi, I guess is how you say his name. Uchi, new to us. And he's ready to face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the batting order. And the first pitch is on the way. It's a fastball that misses outside for ball 1. The count is 1-0. And we said the catcher also is going to be done for the night. Looks like they got Yuya Ogo in behind the plate now. We'll confirm that. Or maybe it is Yuma Yasuda. I'm not sure which one it was. We missed the number there. As the fastball misses or catches the outside corner, the count goes to 1-1. Trying to catch up on this here. Uchi is new here for us. We'll get the updates on him. So fastball misses inside. The count is 2-1. But Uchi doesn't waste any time. He gets the ball and he's ready to go back to work. The big, hard throwing right-hander rocks into the motion as he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on and missed. The count is now 2-2 to Sato. Sato 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out his first time up. Be curious to see what the plan will be for this reliever, if they're going to let him roll for a little bit here. So Suryu Uchi in the game, and there's a fastball that swung on and missed. That is going to retire Sato here for the first out of the inning. It's the second time tonight he's gone down on strikes. That'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Taiga Hirasawa. Well, for Hirasawa, he is 1 for 1 tonight. He's singled and scored a run. That's the big right-hander ready to go back to work. He rocks into the motion and he kicks and delivers. It is a split finger pitch that misses down for ball 1. The count is 1-0. Hirasawa now 2 for 4 on the early season with a homer and 2 RBIs. Of course, the homer came in last night's ball game. He is waiting here on the offering from Uchi, who walks into the windup and delivers. It's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Kyoto Fujiwara to follow on deck. He's the leadoff hitter. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. It'll be one of those rare moments when Fujiwara comes to bat that he'll have had 3 trips to the plate in the first 3 innings. You don't see that all the time. And here comes the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul over on the third base side. The count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Hirasawa waggles the bat, waiting on the delivery from Ishii, who kicks and delivers. There's a split finger pitch that misses down. They appeal to the third base umpire, but they say he didn't go. It's going to run the count to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Just some news and notes on Uchi here. This is his first appearance in an NPB ball game. The soon-to-be 21-year-old, as he delivers a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 3-2. He was the 6th pick in the 2020 draft out of high school. Went to Risei High School in Japan. Born April 24th of 2002. The big right-hander rocking into the motion. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that swung on, and it's lifted in deep center field, but there's going to be plenty of room as Suki Tatsumi battles the sun and the shade. He's going to make the catch, and Hirasawa is going to be retired for out number 2. That's going to bring up the top of the order in Kyoto Fujiwara. So very interesting that they've given him his debut here, obviously down by 6. Nice way to get the taste of the NPB. I haven't seen him. I'm curious to see if they'll let him roll for a couple innings or not here, and how effective he'll be. You have to wonder if you're Kishi, you might go back down to the second team, and it might be a while until you get another opportunity. Here comes the first offering. It's a fastball that catches the outside corner for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Fujiwara. Fujiwara is 1 for 2 in this one so far. He doubled and scored a run his last time up. He's also driven in a run. And the right-hander kicks and delivers. It is a split finger pitch that misses down, and the count is 1-1. Find it very interesting, the delivery of Uchi as he's in the windup. He doesn't really have a big leg kick. It's almost like he's, I'll say, quick pitching or slide stepping. He just takes this little rock back, and then this time he does a big leg kick and pause. And now he throws a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is 2-1. It's the first time I've seen that in the inning. Normally what he does is he really doesn't do a leg kick. It's just a little rock back, and then he just starts coming forward. So crafty here from the young right-hander as he rocks into the windup, and now there's no leg kick here, and he delivers a fastball that swung on and fouled back. The count is now 2-2. So to his credit, a lot of different looks in a very short window of time so far here tonight. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is to Fujiwara. As Uchi gets the sign from his catcher, and he's ready to go to work. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a split finger pitch swung on and grounded foul over on the first base side. The count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's giving everything to the Golden Eagles that they hoped for from Kishi. As he's retired the first 2 batters he's faced, and he's trying to put away Fujiwara for out number 3 as he rocks into the motion and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And Fujiwara goes down and strikes for out number 3 here in the 3rd inning. Well, that's an impressive NPB debut for Uchi. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. Now, through 3 complete innings, your score is the Marines 6 and the Eagles no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few minutes as the Eagles are coming to bat. We're going to go try to get ourselves another coffee to keep us awake for all this one here tonight. Here's our friend Matt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Appreciate you there, Matt, and your support of the channel, and in turn, we support Matt Hollis. And be sure to check him out after the ball game. That's Another Hollis Build. He does things San Diego style. Our friend Alexander Leggett back in the chat. He says, I look away for one hot chocolate, and this happens. Yeah, you got a 6-0 lead. That's what ends up happening. But we got to see a debut of a young right-hander who had an impressive start here for the Eagles in that 3rd inning work as Uchi was able to come in and retire the side very effectively. Well, the first pitch delivered to Hiroto Kobakata is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. And now Kobakata swings through a split finger pitch. The count goes to 0-2. Well, Kobakata tonight, he grounded into a double play his first time up. The 6-3 variety, and there's a split finger pitch swung on and missed. And he is going to be retired on strikes for the first out of the inning. So that is yet another strikeout in the books. Number 6 so far here tonight for Tanichi. So he is picking up where he left off in his last outing. He's got some pretty tough stuff. So that's going to bring up Hideo Asamura to the plate as Asamura steps in here. And the first pitch is a fastball swung on and fouled straight back, and the count is 0-1. Asamura tonight struck out looking his first time up to end the first inning. 4 for 22 to begin the early season. He is not off to a great start. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, there's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count goes to 1-1. Be Asamura and then Mikael Franco to follow here. The right-hander delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Right-hander holds set at the belt, and now he rocks into the motion and delivers. It is a breaking ball. It's taken for a called strike. The count is 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll look to do some juggling in between innings and maybe some other stuff. It looks like it's going to be one of those games. There's a split finger pitch that misses down, and the count is 3-2. Of course, once the Eagles make their comeback here, everybody will be running back into the stream. There's nothing worse than watching a game get out of hand in the early goings, and then you've got the rest of the marathon to have to try to pull through. Here comes the 3-2 pitch, and it's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. That's going to be ball 4. Asamura is going to be aboard here as he's the first base runner that the Eagles have had since the second inning on that hit by Moji. So Asamura aboard with a walk, and that's going to bring to the plate Mikael Franco. Franco homered in last night's game. He has a couple on the season here, the early going. He's struck out his first time up tonight. That home run off of Sawamura, who came on in relief. Send the Golden Eagles fans into a frenzy. He keeps playing like this. They're going to love him. And there's the first pitch delivered. It is a fastball swung on. It is popped up over on the third base side. Plenty of room. Hauling it in by the coach's box is going to be the third baseman, Yasuda. That's going to put Franco away on 1 pitch for the second out of the inning. It's going to leave it up to the right fielder, Hiroki Shimauchi. Well, for Shimauchi, he is 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out his first time up. He's batting, or entered the game batting 120 on the season. And the pitch on the way, it's a fastball swung on. This ball is laced into right field. Moving back onto the warning track, reaching up and making the catch is the right fielder, Hirasawa, and that is going to do it here for the Golden Eagles in their half of the inning. Well, Shimauchi hit the ball right on the screws, but right to the glove of the right fielder, Hirasawa, and that's going to be no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left aboard. We're through 3.5. It is the Marines 6 and the Eagles no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the 4th inning when we return after this. We appreciate you guys for jumping in here tonight. Here are some of our cheerleaders. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving here to the bottom half of the 4th inning, and you've got Hirohiro Fujioka, Shogo Nakamura, and Koki Yamaguchi coming to the plate. And so what ends up happening here is they are going to be facing the reliever, Suryu Uchi, who is in here. We've got the Living Room Sports in the house as he has popped in here tonight. Already down by a touchdown are the Eagles, as it is Uchi who made his debut in the last inning, back on in relief again. The big right-hander kicks and delivers, and it is a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Fujioka. Fujioka has walked and doubled in tonight's game. He's scored a pair of runs. He is 7 for 11 on the season, and he takes a breaking ball for a called strike, and he's in the hole at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes it is. The big right-hander ready to rock into the motion as he takes his step back and he delivers. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into straightaway center field. Underneath it is Tatsumi again battling the sun and the shadows. He makes the catch, and that's going to retire Fujioka with 1 away here in the 4th, and that's going to bring up Shogo Nakamura. I say the sun because it's in center field where there's the most problem. Tatsumi, most of the field of play is in the sunlight, but where Tatsumi is positioned, he's actually in the shade, and so he has to battle the ball coming from the sunlight into the shade in center field, and he's been able to do that effectively in the last couple innings. First pitch fastball delivered, and that's missing upstairs for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Marines fans are in great form. They're jumping up and down, cheering for their team. As there's a fastball taken for a called strike. It's straightened Nakamura up a little bit as I don't think he believed the call there. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Nakamura waiting on the offering here from Uchi. It's a split finger pitch, swung on and missed. The count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Alexander Leggett in the house says, "How you doing, living room?" As here comes the offering from the right-hander Uchi, who now time is called as the home plate umpire jumped out. So they've not been able to figure out the big right-hander yet. He has retired all of the 4 batters he's faced. As he rocks into the motion here with a 1-2 pitch coming to Nakamura, and he delivers. It's a split finger pitch, swung on and missed. And off to first base goes Nakamura, and they're going to have to throw him out. It's going to go down as a strikeout, 2-3 for the second out of the inning, and that will bring up Koki Yamaguchi to the plate. Well, maybe we should encourage Alexander Leggett to leave the stream now, because when he did it last night, the game got exciting. And maybe that's what will have to happen. We're going to tell him to leave the room when the Eagles come to the plate. That way that we can tighten this ball game back up. It is 6-0 here. Friend of the living room says, full of Easterfest food. Sounds like pizza and pierogies for the Easter dinner. Here comes the pitch. It's a fastball swung on it. It is popped up on the infield over on the right side, moving over underneath it as Franco, and the wind is going to take him into foul territory, and he's going to make the catch. Not an easy play for Maikel Franco, but that is going to do it as Yamaguchi is out for out number 3. And the rookie right-hander is making it look easy. 6 batters faced and 6 retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now moving to the top of the 5th inning. It is a 6-0 ball game, and look out. Finally got somebody doing pretty well here. We're going to have to see how this is going to go. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment after this with another one of our finer infomercials. Here's Steve Rademacher.
Hello, kids. Steve coming back at you for a Big Bang Theory commercial timeout from Freddie. Good game calling there, Freddie. Always love listening to you. You never cease to amaze me. But let's see what we get from the cards really quick. We have Wallowitz. Hey, we have Sheldon Cooper. We have a foil card. Nice. Hey, look, it's Leonard. Another Sheldon Cooper. Hey, thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoy the game. And Freddie, let's big bang this thing out of here.
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters to come to bat for the Eagles in their half of the 5th inning. That means Igor Emoji, Toshiki Abe, and Tsuyoshi Yamazaki. the 6, 7, and 8 hitters to come to bat here. Tanichi has been outstanding here tonight. He has 6 strikeouts in his 4 innings work. He's ready to go back at it here as he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Moji. Moji tonight singled his first time up. He's got the only hit for the Golden Eagles thus far. So that is the offering now on the way to Moji. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field. Moving underneath it is the left fielder, Oka, and he's going to make the catch. And that is going to retire Moji for out number 1, and that'll bring up Toshiki Abe. Alexander Leggett said time for him to leave. Unfortunately, the fact is that that's the way it goes. A friend in the living room is a hot sauce maniac. Yes, he is, if you watch his picks. That's the hot sauce pick. Good thing I didn't commit to that. Doing hot sauce last night as the fastball misses inside to Abe for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Abe struck out his first time up. He's off to a really slow start this season here as the offering is on its way, and it's a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. As the right-hander gets his sign, and he's ready to go back at it again as he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball missing inside, and now it's 3 balls and no strikes to Abe. Abe, as we said, entered the game hitting $130. Hasn't really been able to find a way to get it going. We'll keep you updated on the scores from around the NPB. Nothing really new to report. As there is a fastball that comes in for a called strike, and the count is now 3-1. We'll say Tanichi, he doesn't waste any time. He gets the ball and he keeps right on going. And there's the pitch. It is a fastball swung through and missed. The count now runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. It is Yuma Yasuda who is behind the plate now. As we said, is the catcher Simatani for the Eagles has checked out of the game. So there's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 3-2. So he will bat in the 9 spot and potentially could come up to bat this inning. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field. Camped out underneath it is Hirasawa. He's going to make the catch. And that's going to retire Abe for the second out of the inning. It's going to bring up the shortstop, Tsuyoshi Yamazaki. Yamazaki will be followed by Yasuda, who's hitting in that 9 spot now. Well, not much to report other than everything is pretty much the status quo around the NPB right now. Marines looking to finish off this mini 2-game set against the Golden Eagles. As they have a 6-0 lead here, and the pitch is on its way. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1. Yamazaki flew up to center field his first time up. And by all accounts, it looks like the young right-hander is going to come back into the ballgame again. So we're going to see more Uchi as this game continues. A fastball misses down, and the count is now 1 ball and 1 strike. So we could say we were here for his debut, and it's been an impressive one for the Golden Eagles right-hander. As the right-hander, Tanichi, holds it set and now kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Last pitch was a split finger pitch, actually, that missed on the inside part of the plate. So the right-hander ready to go back to work as Tanichi holds set. And now he delivers. It's a breaking ball missing inside. The count is now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Right-hander Tanichi works to the set position. Now he's ready to go. He delivers a fastball and it catches the outside corner. And now the count goes full to Yamazaki. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Much better offensive lineup that the Golden Eagles rolled out here tonight than the one we had to witness last night. But they are not, at this point, able to crack the code here on Tanichi. And the pitch is a Split finger pitch, and misses down and in. That's going to be ball 4. It's going to be the third walk allowed tonight by the starter, Tanichi. Yuma Yasuda will stride to the plate for his first at bat of the ballgame. Yasuda came in to replace Simatani back in that bottom half of the third inning. He's catching the youngster here. So he strides to the plate. 2 for 10 on the young season as he bats from the left side. And here comes the first offering from Tanichi as he checks the runner at first and now delivers. It's a split finger pitch that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. That pitch was on the inside corner. So no balls and 1 strike it is. The right-hander working set. Tanichi delivers. It is a fastball that's taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 0-2. As we said, we're going to be announcing our schedule for the upcoming week. We'll probably look at the next weekend's ball games and then try to make some decisions moving backwards of what we're going to call. As we said, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge for us. We're not really sure yet what we're going to be entertaining during the week. We were hoping to do all kinds of games midweek. Not sure if that's going to be able to be done or not. We'll make a decision on that in the next couple of days. Right-hander works to the set position. Now delivers. It's a fastball swung on, and it's lined down the left field line. It's going to reach the seats, and it's going to keep the count at 0-2. Could do something like that, then we're probably leaning toward, more likely next weekend, leaning toward the Golden Eagles and the SoftBank Hawks. But from there, I'm not 100% sure on that one. Lots of rain in the area. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is grounded over to second. Nakamura fields it. Flips it to first on the run, and Yasuda is retired on a ground out 4-3 for the third out of the inning. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now moving to the bottom of the 5th inning. Your score is the Marines 6 and the Eagles no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call of the bottom half of this inning, and then we're going to take ourselves a little break. As they like to do in the Pacific League, they do their version of halftime. But we'll be back in just a few. We appreciate everybody for listening in here. Here's our friend Matt.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Appreciate you there, Matt Hollis, and all your support of our channel. Be sure to check out Matt after the ball game. We'll be right back in 30 with all the action after this. 6-0 for the Marines. Stay tuned, everybody. The Eagles are on the comeback trail. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters to come to bat for the Marines here in the 5th inning. That means Gregory Polanco, Hisanori Yasuda, and Hiromi Oka. For Polanco tonight, he is 1 for 1 and a walk. He's also driven a run in. He has improved his season average. He's now 3 for 21 at the plate. He's got his average up to 143. He bats from the left side here against the right-handed throwing Uchi. Was on for his 3rd inning of work, and he takes a fastball for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Uchi has retired all 6 batters he's faced. He's got 3 strikeouts in his 2 innings of work, as he is in his NPB debut tonight. And the fastball swung on, and it's chopped foul over on the first base side, just gets past the first base coach's box. That is going to run the count now to 0 balls and 2 strikes. The Marine fans are in great form here tonight. Friend Alexander Lake says he's back in the house. Well, that didn't seem to work in the top half of the inning. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Polanco. Our friend in the living room says that he's got to try the Barks Spicy Cherry Root Beer, I believe is what it is, and the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball swung on and missed. Anucci blows away Polanco. That's going to be his 4th strikeout so far. Very impressive. He's retired all 7 of the hitters he's faced. It's going to bring up Hisanori Yasuda. So stay tuned on this one. This is always where the bats go silent. The next thing you know is the Eagles can start chipping away with some runs. You never know what's going to happen, especially because Tanichi is starting to ratchet up his pitch count. I don't know what the leash on him would be if they can knock him out by the 6th or 7th. And remember, the Marines had to use some of their better arms in the bullpen last night, so they're going to have some tired arms. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is now 1-0 to Yasuda. Yasuda 2 for 2 tonight. He's got a single, a double. He's driven in 2. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-1. Our friend in the living room says, yeah, that's a good soda pop. Using his regional dialect. There's a breaking ball that misses inside. The count is now 2-1. Yeah, absolutely. If you like soda pop. As the crowd is bouncing up and down in Marineland, there's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into straightaway center field. Moving back underneath it is Tatsumi. He's got room and he's going to make the catch as he goes back into the shadows. So that is going to be 2 away here, and that is going to bring up the left fielder Hiromi Oka. One thing I'm going to have to keep an eye on, or at least keep a memory to, is where there's the shade in Chiba on an afternoon ball game. I have a feeling I'm going to be in Chiba in an afternoon affair on a weekend. And I'm just looking around there. So it looks like down the left field line, we're going to have some shade. I don't want to be sitting for 3 hours in the sunlight baking. There's a split finger pitch that spikes up to the plate, and the count is 1-0 to Oka. Oka 0 for 2 tonight. He struck out looking and flew up to center his 2 trips to the plate. It's been a rather busy night for the center fielder Tatsumi. He's already got 4 of the putouts in the books. There was a split finger pitch swung on and missed, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Nice pitch there by Uchi. Right-hander rocks into the motion, and now he kicks and delivers. Split finger pitch swung on. It's grounded over to short. Yamazaki fields it. He throws to first, and that is going to do it. It's going to nip the speedy Oka. That's going to be a ground out 6-3. So 3 up and 3 down again. Uchi is having himself a heck of an NPB debut. He is not allowed a base runner in his 3 innings of work. He's making this stuff look easy. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left the board. We're now through 5 complete. The cheerleaders are on the field, and we're going to take a timeout here as we're going to go get ourselves another hot chocolate and gear up for the back half of this one. It is our proverbial Japanese halftime, as we like to call it here. We'll be right back in just a few minutes with all the action, everybody. And we thank for those few of you who have stuck around to listen with us here tonight. This game got out of hand a little bit early, but you never know what's going to happen. It is the NPB. We'll be right back after this.
All I wanna be
Welcome back, everybody. It is a 6-0 ball game between the Marines and the Golden Eagles. As we say, it is our Japanese halftime break, is what we like to refer to it as. And we have scores from around the NPB. It is now a 3-0 ball game between the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks and the Saitama Cebu Lions. That game is in the bottom of the fourth inning. Hawks are in the lead there. The other game in the Pacific League, the Fighters jumped out with a 4 spot in the top of the first inning, and the Buffaloes battled back with 1, but they have a 7-2 lead at the Kyocera Dome in Osaka over the Buffaloes. 6-0, of course, is the score here in the Central League. The Carp leading the Giants 4-1 in the top of the 7th inning. It is a 1-0 ball game in the bottom of the 5th inning between the Tigers and the Swallows. And then in the game in Yokohama, in the top of the 5th inning, the Bay Stars have a 6-0 lead over the Dragons. And that is your out-of-town scoreboard, as this game is about ready to resume, as the starter here on the hill after 82 pitches through 5 innings for Tanichi, looking to go back to work. He has been electric tonight. As I said, keep an eye here, because if they have to go to the bullpen, they did have to use quite a few of their pen last night. They used Masuda, they used Sawamura. A number of the what we would call the better arms, or at least the arms that would be in a position to have some greater success. They also used Luis Perdomo last night. So here comes the first offering from the righty as he delivers a fastball that's taken at the knees for a called strike. It's Tatsumi, Kobakata, and Asamura, the top 3 hitters in the batting order. 0 for 1 for Tatsumi tonight. He grounded to third. He's also drawn a walk. And he pitches a split finger pitch, swung on and missed. The count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. So the right-hander delivers again. It is a split finger pitch, waved at and missed. Tatsumi goes in the books for out number 1 here in the 6th inning. 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the second baseman, Hirota Kobakata. So by my accounts, it looks like that's 7 strikeouts now for Tanichi in this one, assuming my math is correct. He did not register a strikeout in the 5th inning. He's had at least 1 in every other inning in the ballgame. You can see why he struck out 10 through 4 in his first start of the year. The first pitch is a fastball that misses outside. And the count is 1-0. Kobakata tonight 0 for 2. He's grounded into a double play and struck out in his 2 trips to the plate. As the right-hander works to the set position, and now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count now goes to 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes to Kobakata. The Marines jumped out early and often here in this one, but it's been an interesting piece here as we got a chance to see the reliever Uchi, his NPB debut, as that fastball misses down, and the count is now 3 balls and 1 strike to Kobakata. We got to see Uchi in his debut, and he's been spectacular. He's retired all 9 batters he's faced to the Marines. Very interesting. He slide steps. I say slide steps, but he quick pitches out of the windup. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left center field. And giving way is the left fielder, and coming over to make the catch is the center fielder Fujiwara. It's going to retire Kobakata for the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to leave it all up to the designated hitter, Hideo Asamura. 90 pitches now for the right-hander. As I say, I don't know what his leash is tonight. One would have to think that he's got to be getting close here, depending if he only went 4 innings the last time. And the first pitch is a split finger pitch taken for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Asamura tonight has struck out looking and walked in his 2 trips to the plate. As he waits here on the offering from the right-hander Tanichi, who kicks and fires. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander Tanichi holds set, and now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses down and in. The count now goes to 2-1. As we were saying earlier, we were looking at the potential and possibility of what we're going to be calling in the next week or so, and we'll start with the weekend's games of next weekend. There's a split finger pitch that misses down and away, and the count now goes to 3-1 on Asamura. Probably leaning towards maybe the Marines and the Buffaloes, as it looks like that there could be rain in Tohoku. As there's a fastball swung on, his tap slowly back to the pitcher. Tanichi fields it, throws to first, and Asamura is going to be retired on a ground out 1-3, and that's going to do it here in the 6th inning for the Golden Eagles. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. They've still only got one hit in the game, and that's been off the bat of Igoro Moji. Your score as we move to the bottom of the 6th inning, it is the Marines 6th and the Eagles no score. We'll be back here in just a few with all the action. We appreciate you guys for bouncing in here with us tonight. Hang tight. We've got all kinds of action coming up here for you in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. We have the fan race going on in the outfield. There was a guy wearing a Koki Yamaguchi jersey. And, of course, kind of like what they do in Atlanta where they have the guy, I think it's the Freeze, and he has to run him down, and he has to chase down the person who is the head of them or the fan that they chose. Well, whoever the guy is in the Yamaguchi jersey, he actually blew away the professional runner that they have in there. I mean, he started off strong. He carried on strong, and then he had a good kick at the finish. So the fan wins tonight. He gets the belt. And maybe sign him up, look him up for a contract, because that was pretty cool. And that is where we're at. And it looks like that is going to be the end of the night for Tanichi. So this is where the game could turn interesting, as the Marines are going to have to go to their bullpen. As Tanichi's getting a lot of high fives, pat on the back, and he's going to go down the tunnel as he's been talking to his teammates. So his night will be over, and it'll be bullpen time for the Marines. So we'll see what that's going to bring us. I want to see if they're going to bring Uchi back in for another inning of work, as he's been able to go through the side here. I don't know what his leash will be, but by the looks of it, his night is over as well, because they are going to be going to a left-hander, as the Golden Eagles will be making that move here. We'll get you that in just a moment here as to who this is. It's going to be the 4th appearance. It's going to be Sora Suzuki coming into the ball game. 4 games, 3 hits. He's got an ERA of 3. So Suzuki is going to be taking over here on the mound. We're going to have a pitching parade most likely from here on out. So Sora Suzuki on in relief. His 5th appearance of the young campaign. Curious to see what they're going to do for the Marines. So Sora Suzuki in, as Uchi is out with a great NPB debut. And that's going to bring the 8, 9, and 1 hitters to the plate. It's going to bring Toshiya Sato, Taiga Hirasawa, and the top of the order, Kyoto Fujiwara, to the plate. Sato tonight is officially 0 for 2. He's struck out both of his trips to the plate against 2 different pitchers, and he gets a lefty to begin with. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball that catches the inside corner for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Sato entered the game batting 167. Of course, that's gone in the wrong direction, as the 0-1 offering is on the way. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. Very interesting delivery by Suzuki. He does these leg kick, and he pauses, does a double pump. So no balls and 2 strikes as the lefty kicks again and delivers, and it's a breaking ball. A good stop there by the catcher Yasuda, and it's going to run the count to 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It was a great start to our Saturday night. Had a full house in here, and standing room over, only at the Last Wraps Baseball channel, but unfortunately cleared out here in a big hurry when they had some runs that were scored. There was a fastball swung on. It's lined into right center field. It's going to get up the gap. Digging hard for second is Sato. Cutting it off is Tatsumi. He's going to fire it in. But Sato's going to cruise into second with a stand-up double. So he is going to be at second with the double, and that is going to bring up the right fielder, Taiga Hirasawa. Well, for Hirasawa, he is 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single and 2 trips. He flew up to center field his last time up, but he has 2 for 5 on the young season for the right fielder for the Marines, getting his opportunity because Ogino popped a hamstring midweek against the Fighters. As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on and missed. The count is quickly 0-1. Sometimes people get an opportunity for whatever reason. A guy gets hurt. Are you going to take advantage of that opportunity? So no balls and 1 strike. As the lefty holds set. Kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses low, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As the lefty holds set. And now he's ready to deliver again. As Suzuki kicks and fires, it's a breaking ball. Take it for a called strike. The count is now 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Hirasawa. Leadoff double here by Sato to start the bottom of the 6th inning. Hirasawa in the hole at 1-2. As the lefty leans in and he gets his sign from his catcher as he holds set. And he kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball that Hirasawa does a good job at reaching out and fouling off, and the count is 1-2. I have to say, one thing that is interesting, or at least I find interesting here, is the Golden Eagles, and I was thinking about this last year, they really started their season off hot. And they had an outstanding run. I think they won like 16 or 17 ball games in a row. They were just on fire. And really, after that point, they never played good baseball to the end of the year. They never really regained that form, never really got into a spot where they found a groove. Here comes the 1-2 offering as the lefty delivers. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2. I watch them here tonight, and I think of some of the play that's going on here. They obviously Nishikawa down on the farm team. Daichi Suzuki listed being on the 2nd team. Chris Gittins on the 2nd team. As the lefty holds set. And now he delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded up the middle. And they've got the runner hung up between 2nd and 3rd. Sato's in trouble. They're running him back toward the base. Oh, not a very good execution on this rundown. And finally, they're going to tag him out. We're going to have to get you the rundown. But way too many throws to execute that rundown. Not very good. But a good job by Sato to stay in it, as the fielder's choice is going to allow Hirasawa to get all the way to second base. So the ball was grounded up the middle. It was fielded by the pitcher. He turned and looked toward the runner going from 2nd to 3rd. Sato got hung up in no man's land. So it's going to end up as a 1-6. Looks like a 1-6-5-6 putout of Sato. He's going to be gone for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the top of the order in Kyoto Fujiwara. And here comes the offering from the lefty Suzuki. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. Just looking at other players, Ren Wada, Takiro Okajima, also outfielders down in the 2nd team. So when you look at it, you got Suzuki, Gittins, Nishikawa, Okajima, and Wada. Catchers that are down there, nothing really to speak of, but there's 5 guys that were playing a role in last year's team. Maybe Gittins to a lesser degree because he got hurt for most of the year. So breaking ball that misses down. Count is now 2-0 to Fujiwara. And then as far as pitchers are concerned, Manny Banuelos, the former Pittsburgh Pirate and New York Yankee, he's down on the farm, trying to get himself sorted out. As the lefty Suzuki holds set. And now he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes. Looks like there is going to be a pinch hitter on deck for Fujioka. It looks like it's going to be Chitani, who got the start at third base last night. So here's the 3-0 offering as Suzuki delivers. It's a fastball that misses down. It's going to be ball 4. And that is going to put Fujiwara at first. Runners at first and second now. The runner at first, Fujiwara, and the runner at second, Hirasawa. It looks like Fujioka's night is done. Looks like Kenta Chitani coming into the ballgame, the right-handed hitter. He is 2 for 10 on the season. He's got no homers and an RBI. So he'll be in the slot for Fujioka. I would assume that possibly Yasuda may go to shortstop, but we'll wait and see what that turns out to be. So here comes the first offering from Suzuki, who holds set. Kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that comes in on the hands, and Chitani swings and fouls it away, and the count is quickly 0-1. Interesting that Fujioka's night is done. Fujioka on the season, he is 7 for 12. He had a hit in 2 trips. He also walked, scored a couple of runs tonight. And you're taking the bat out of your hottest hitter's hands. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-1. That's your reward for being the hot stick. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As the lefty leans in and he gets his sign and he works set to the belt. And now he's ready to deliver the pitch, and he kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul down the right field line. It's going to run the count to 1-2 on Chitani. As we look at that out-of-town scoreboard across the NPB here, not a whole lot of movement since the last time we peaked. Game in Osaka is moving closer to the end of it as it's in the top of the 8th inning. 7-2 still for the Fighters. As the lefty kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball that misses inside. The count goes now 2-2 to Chitani. The crowd in Chiba on their feet in certain parts, cheering on their team as they're batting here in the last half of the 6th. There is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into right center field. And this ball is going to be caught, it looks like, as the runners are going to have to retreat. Boy, I had to take a look at that one. Didn't look like, I didn't think they were going to catch it. Hiroki Shimochi had to come a long way as he went from right field to right center. We're going to have to get the highlight of that one again. It was a bleed job. He's racing over to his right. The center fielder, Tatsumi, a nice job there by Shimochi. It looked like that ball was going to drop in. Neither of the runners tagged. They're going to have to hold their spot. It's the first action tonight that Shimochi has seen. That's going to be out number 2. That's going to bring up Shogo Nakamura. And that's going to do it for the lefty Suzuki. As we're going to have ourselves a pitching change as the Golden Eagles are going to the bullpen. His day is done, and we're going to have ourselves a relief pitcher. So hang tight, everybody. While we get ourselves a relief pitcher, we'll give you Steve Rademacher. We'll be right back after this.
Hey guys, while the manager's searching for a relief pitcher, let me help you with some relief channels. On top of mine and Freddy's, you can always check out Redbeard Breaks. Zero Fox Sports. You know another Hollis build? Check them out again. Maybe Beast and Beauty Breaks or even Dab's Family. Oh, looks like they have their picture, so after the game, check out some other videos by Freddie. They're fun, they're cool. Enjoy the game, peace out, and cheers!
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be a right-hander coming into the ballgame. It's going to be Mao Ito, who is on in relief. This is going to be the fourth pitcher used by the Golden Eagles here tonight. Ito, we already saw in this series, he has worked in 3 ball games this year. He's worked 2 1/3 innings. He's allowed 1 hit, walked 1. He's struck out 1 and allowed 1 run. He's got an ERA of 3.86. So the right-hander is coming in here to have to face the right-handed hitting Shogo Nakamura with runners at first and second and 2 gone. So he will be taking over here. The Eagles allowed those 6 runs in the first 2 innings, and then it has been very quiet for the bats of the Marines. On the flip side, the bats for the Eagles, they've been in the freezer all night. Only 1 hit by Igor Emoji. That was back in the second inning off of the starter, Tanichi. Well, it looks like Tanichi's day is done, so they'll be going into the bullpen here for the back 3 innings are the Marines. We'll be getting see who that's going to be in the next half inning. So 5 for 28 on the season is Nakamura. He's 1 for 3 tonight. He's pulled his average up to $1.79 as he waits here on the offering from the right-hander Ito. As he holds set to the belt, he checks the runner at second. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses outside. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Nakamura waggles the bat as he's waiting here on the offering from the righty Ito. Bright sunny day in Chiba. Beautiful high skies. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed. Count now is 1-1. That pitch had a lot of arm side run to it as he had come off the side. It was a 4-seamer. That ball ended up almost diving a little bit down. It wasn't a sinker. He didn't have a sinker grip. It was more of a 4-seam grip. But his very low 3/4 arm slot, almost sidearm. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and it's fouled off right at home plate. It's going to keep the count at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nakamura batting here with 2 gone and 2 on in the 6th inning. Runner at second is Hirasawa. The runner at first is Fujiwara. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's facing the reliever Ito here. And the right-hander holds to the set position, and now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. As we said, there'll be some changes, or not changes on our channel, but there'll be some updates on our channel in the next couple of days as far as when we're going to be moving next. We're going to be calling the weekend games next weekend. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. It's a fastball swung on and fouled right down at home plate. The count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nakamura. Again, another 4-seam fastball. A lot of movement on it because of that low slot. He's not a submariner by any stretch, but he is a sidewinder. Low 3/4 at times. So 2-2 here, ready on the offering is the right-hander who works set to the belt. And he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that gets all the way to the backstop. And that is going to advance the runners up a base. Oh, that reminded me of the midweek game when the Fighters threw into the backstop. I was wondering if we were going to get a run there all the way from second base, but nope. Hirasawa holds up at third on the wild pitch. Advancing to second is Fujiwara. It's going to run the count full now to Nakamura. And it was Nakamura who was at the plate when that happened. In the midweek matinee. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. As the right-handed hitting Nakamura waits on the offering here from the righty Ito, who now works to the set position and kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that comes inside and has hit Nakamura. That's going to be a hit batter. I'm sure he didn't want to do that at 3-2. That's going to put Nakamura aboard, and it's going to bring Koki Yamaguchi to the plate. Well, how about that? So Marines have got the bases loaded with 2 gone here, and Yamaguchi stepping to the plate. I will say this, Ito's got a lot of movement on his pitches. Hit him right in the left thigh. There's nothing worse than you know the pitch is coming and you're about to get hit. And then you got to walk toward the base. I'll Shogo Nakamura, you could see him grimacing. Good news is it's not as hard as what it was. I don't know if we're going to have a little timeout here, if they're going to take a look, or if we're going to get a runner. It is going to be a runner for Nakamura. So he is going to exit the ball game. They're going to bring in a pinch runner here. The runner for Nakamura is number 57. He's going to kick out of the English translations. This is going to be Ogawa running, also stream as they would call it. So here's Yamaguchi to the plate. And the first offering on the way from Ito, it's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. So Ito comes in to face the first hitter, and he hits him. That's loading the bases, and now he's got to face Yamaguchi here, and he's in the hole at 1-0. Yamaguchi looking to blow the game apart here with 2 out in the 6th inning. As the right-hander works to the set position. Now he kicks and delivers. There's a slow breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 2-0. Well, there's nowhere to put Yamaguchi. He's going to have to face him here at some point. So 2 balls and no strikes. Right-hander Ito ready to go again. The crowd in Chiba is in full voice. I got to say, it's unlike in the North American audiences, the Japanese fans, they don't leave. Their team could be getting pounded, blown away. And from what we see, they do a pretty good job of hanging in there. In this case here, they're up 6-0. There's no reason for the Chiba fans to leave. So the right-hander works to the belt as he holds set. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses inside. It's now 3-0 to Yamaguchi. Oh boy, Ito's got himself in a whole host of trouble here. Six 0 Marines as they're looking to pile it on here. Yamaguchi, 3 balls and no strikes. We'll be seeing if he gets the green light on this one. Ito has thrown 10 pitches since he's come in the ball game, and 6 of them have been balls. And there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Yamaguchi. The wind is now blowing straight in from center field. It was originally starting blowing from left center field in toward first base. But the wind is shifting a little bit now. It's starting to come more from straight away. As the 3-1 is on the way, and it is a fastball that misses down. It's going to be a base on balls. Yamaguchi is going to get himself a walk and an RBI. Will advance the pinch runner for Nakamura over to second. Fujiwara is going to go to third, and it's going to bring home Hirasawa with the 7th run of the ball game. So 7-0 now for the Marines. And that's going to bring the pitching coach out to the mound as he's coming out to talk to Ito. So Koyama out to talk to the arm out here right now. Got to throw some strikes. Sounds simple, but it's really not. That's 8 balls on 12 pitches. Well, that's bringing Gregory Polanco to the plate. Polanco tonight is 1 for 2. He's got a single and RBI. He struck out and walked. So now he is officially 3 for 22 on the season. Pulled his average up to $136. Gets something here he can handle. He can blow this game way apart. So here's the first offering to Polanco. It's a fastball. It's taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Gregory Polanco. This game here might already be out of sight the way that the Marines pitcher was dealing there. And there's the pitch to Polanco, and it's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Polanco waggling the bat. Waiting here on the offering. Similar scoreline over in Yokohama between the Bay Stars and the Dragons. Also 7-0 in that game. As Polanco checks his swing and fouls that one off down the third base line, and the count is 1-2. Top of the 9th inning, 7-2 for the Fighters over the Buffaloes. Top of the 6th, the Hawks have a 3-0 lead over the Lions. Carper still hanging on to a 4-2 lead. That's in the top of the 9th versus the Giants. The Giants are trying to come back there. There's a fastball swung on, and it's fouled away. It's going to reach the seats on the third base line. Count stays 1-2 to Polanco. Cochin Stadium, 1-0 for the Tigers over the Swallows. That by all accounts, that game may not get any more runs than that one. Both teams have really pitched it well. Their offense has been a little dicey this year. That's where we stand. So here comes the offering from Ito. The 1-2 is on the way. He kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball swung on, and it is lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats in the third base dugout. So 1-2 it remains to Gregory Polanco. Not only is it old school radio, it reminds me of the 2021 season. We started doing some of these Japanese games. We've got nobody in the house here to speak of. It was back in the day when we had Ben Roberts and our Korean friend, and that was it. As this game was out of hand here, there's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bases are full. Nowhere to put Polanco here. You're going to have to pick him at some point. And the 2-2 is ready to come on the way. And here comes the offering. He kicks and delivers, does Ito, and it's a fastball that misses outside. That's going to run the count to 3-2. Now everybody's going to be in motion here. So 3 balls and 2 strikes as the left-handed hitting Polanco waggles his bat. The righty comes set at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. Polanco down on strikes, and that mercifully ends the inning, as that is going to do it here for the Marines in their half of the 6th inning. Well, they got 1 run in the inning on the benefit of 1 hit. There was no errors, and there were 3 runners left aboard. Your score after 6, it is a 7-0 ball game for the Marines. We'll be back for the top of the 7th. When we return right after this, appreciate you guys for hanging out with us tonight. Whoever is left listening in, we appreciate you guys for being here. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Takahiro Nishimura coming into the ball game, as he is going to take over for the starter, Tanichi, who went 6 innings of spectacular ball, only allowing 1 hit, striking out 7, as his night is over. But it is going to be Nishimura now in relief. Saw the righty earlier in the week. The former Fighters pitcher is in his first season with Chiba. He has worked 2 innings so far this year. He is not allowed a hit. He has walked 1 and struck out 2. So he is coming on relief. He is facing the heart of the Eagles batting order, scheduled to come to bat Franco, Shimauchi, and Moji, as they will get him here for the first time in this one. So that is what we have coming up. Well, can we say? Beautiful day for baseball, but baseball hasn't necessarily been beautiful if you're an Eagles fan. They are in a 7-0 deficit right now in the top of the 7th inning. So Franco, Shimauchi, and Moji, as Franco steps into the bat. He is 0 for 2 tonight. He struck out and he has popped to third. The first pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Ball and no strikes. Hitter holds set, and now he kicks. There's a fastball swung on it. It is popped up over on the left side. Camping out underneath it is the third baseman. Is that Chitani who has taken over there, or is it still Yasuda? Hard to tell. Looks like it's Yasuda. He's going to make the catch. That is going to retire Franco for the first out of the inning. I'll have to get you the defensive changes, as we did have a pinch hitter as Kenta Chitani had come into the ball game. Well, that brings Hiroki Shimauchi to the plate. And Shimauchi tonight, his average has dropped to 111 on the season, 3 for 27 to start the year. And here's the first pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses up and away, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Shimauchi. Shimauchi batting from that left side, waiting here on the offering. And the pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. Count is 1-1. They do have Chichani at shortstop tonight. Interesting that that's where they would put him there. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. There's the breaking ball swung on it. It's going to be lined into center field for a base hit. It's going to be the second hit of the ball game for the Eagles. Shimauchi's got himself a single, and that's going to bring up Igoro Moji to the plate, who has the other hit for the Eagles tonight. So runner at first and 1 gone, and Moji stepping to the plate. And that looks like it's going to be the end of the line for Shimauchi, as we're going to have a pinch runner for him over at first base. Looks like it's going to be number 48 into the ball game to run. By our accounts, that looks like it is going to be. Not sure who that is. There's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner to count as quickly 0-1 to Moji. Looks like it's Yoshi Watanabe. That's going to be who that is to pinch run for Shimauchi. So Watanabe into the ball game. Also appeared in last night's ball game, did Watanabe. There is a split finger pitch that misses down, and the count is now 1 ball and 1 strike to Moji. Moji 1 single and 2 trips here tonight. 1 for 2, as we said. Our friend Alexander Leggett says he's been in and out. Says the only time he leaves it helps the Marines. Maybe I need to be here for the Eagles and leave for the Marines. That might be it. So there's another split finger pitch that misses down. The count is 2-1. Yeah, it's a bit painful tonight, Alexander, when you're watching this thing here. It's kind of like watching the Washington Nationals, I suppose. If I'm not mistaken, I think you were at a game today, or was it yesterday you went to the ball game? Here comes the 2-1 pitch, and there is a fastball that catches the inside corner, and the count goes to 2-2. I haven't really paid attention or a whole lot of attention to the scores across Major League Baseball today. I know that I did take a look at Fujinami, the pitcher for the A's, and he ended up getting torched again today. First couple innings were all right, and then the wheels fell off. I guess it was a better outing than the first one. There's a fastball that misses inside. The count goes to 3-2. Arizona Diamondbacks beat the Dodgers 12-8 today. Nationals beat the Rockies 7-6. One guy that's of interest, I saw play with Arizona last year, Stone Garrett. Had his first home run for Washington today. I'm curious to know what your thoughts might be there, Alexander, as there's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 3-2 to Moji. Interesting, Jason Hayward hit his third homer of the year for the Dodgers today. Couldn't do anything with the Cubs last couple of years, and he's having a pretty good start to the month of April in the Dodger blue uniforms. So here's the 3-2 pitch. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is grounded up the middle, over to second, to the shortstop for one, back to first. It's going to be an inning-ending double play. It's going to go as a 4-6-3 variety. And that will do it here for the Eagles in their half of the seventh. While they had no runs in the inning, there was a hit, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 6.5. Your score is the Marines 7 and the Eagles no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Hang tight. I'll let Alexander Leggett know my thoughts when I return. We'll be right back in just a few. Friend Alexander Leggett says, no, they're away lately. They don't play at home until the series after this one. I'm going to try to get to the series, not this week, but next week down in Seattle. Going to try to catch a midweek game between the Brewers and the Mariners. Haven't seen the Mariners play this year at home. Trying to get to that one on Getaway Day. I'll take a look at the lineups, or at least the pitching matchups, as it'll get a little bit closer when it comes tighter to that time of the year. 7-8-0 right now is the line score for the Marines. 0-2-0 for the Eagles. Only 2 hits tonight. 1 hit off of the starter Tanichi, 1 off of Nishimura here in the 7th inning. The wind is picked up its pace, blowing in now, as we said, more straight away than it is from left center field in. It'll be Yasuda, Oka, and Sato, the scheduled hitters for the Marines here in their half of the 7th inning. Looking at some of those other scores across the Major League Baseball spectrum, the Cardinals knocked off the Brewers 6-0 today. Jordan Walker hit his second home run for the Cardinals. Pete Alonso already 5 home runs on the season. Kodai Senga got the win today for the Mets. He's to 2-0. Alonso hit his 5th. That's where we stand there. We do have a reliever now in the ball game for the Golden Eagles. It's going to be Enraku. So Tomohiro Enraku on in relief. It's going to be his 3rd appearance of the season. It'll be the 5th pitcher used tonight by the Eagles. We saw Enraku last night, but he is coming on in relief here. Yasuda, Oka, and Sato to face him. As we said, other scores around Major League Baseball. Philadelphia knocked off the Reds 3-2 today. It was Vasquez getting the win. Diaz took the loss. Steer hit his 2nd home run for Cincinnati. American League results, the Minnesota Twins behind Joe Ryan knocked off the Houston Astros. Home runs in that game by Alvarez and Pena for Houston, Buxton and Farmer for the Twins. As we're back to the live action, and Enraku delivers a first pitch fastball for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Yasuda. Detroit took one in between the eyeballs. They got beat by Boston today, 14-5. Rafi Devers hit 2 home runs, including a grand slam. Duvall and Tapia also homered. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is belted into deep right field. Moving back on it is Watanabe, and he's going to watch that one sail into the seats. It's going to be a home run here for Yasuda, his 3rd hit of the ball game. Solo shot to lead off the bottom of the 7th. We'll get the coloring book out and continue to shade it in here as the Eagles are getting pounded. So 8-0 now, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Hiromi Oka. Well, Oka steps to the plate. He's 0 for 3 tonight. He has struck out, he's flown to center, and he's grounded out. And Raku ready to go back to work. 8-0 here, and there's a fastball swung on and missed. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Oka. As we said, Tampa Bay continues to roll. They knocked off Oakland 11-0 today. A split finger pitch swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. Fujinami took his 2nd loss of the season. And that one, Mariners knocked off the Guardians today 3-2 behind Marco Gonzalez. Cal Quantrill took the loss for the Guardians. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to short. Fielded by Yamazaki. He throws to first, and that's going to retire Oka on a ground out 6-3. He's gone for out number 1, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Toshiya Sato. Blue Jays lost to the Angels today, 9-5. Homers abound in that one. Trout hit his 3rd, Renfroe was 1st, and Rengifo was 1st for the Angels. Springer and Chapman hit their 1st for the Blue Jays, and Bichette hit his 3rd. Barrios got torched again for Toronto. But a good start to the year for him. 3 interleague games that were played today. The Cubs knocked off the Rangers 10-3. Keep your eye on Chicago, 10-14-0. The Rangers were butchers in the field. 3, 7, and 5 errors. The Kansas City Royals went into went into San Fran and beat the Giants today 6-5. As it looks like we're going to have Oshida coming into bat for Sato here. So Sato's night is done. We have a pinch hitter here, as Oshida will step in to face Enraku here. And the first pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball that misses up and in for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, and Franmil Reyes all homered for the Royals. Lamont Wade Jr. homered for the Giants. Again, the Royals won that 6-5, and there's a breaking ball that's dropping in for a called strike, and the count now goes even at 1-1. White Sox knocked off Pittsburgh 11-5. Clevenger got the win. Velasquez the loss. Andrew McCutchen had his 1st home run in a Pirate uniform. And there is a fastball that has drilled Oshida right in the back. He is going to make his way slowly to first, and Raku kind of gives him a bit of a look. Hit by pitch by Oshida. And now it's going to bring a visit out to the mound as Yasuda is going to go out and talk to the big right-hander. 8-0 ball game. So 8-0 is your score line. That one there came right up and hit him right between the numbers on the back. Welcome to the game, Mr. Oshida. Well, we were talking last night about some fireworks. Have we seen any bench clearing brawls lately? Well, not really. So they're playing in behind Oshida at first base. 8-0 is the score line. Marines have the lead. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Taiga Hirasawa. Hirasawa tonight is 1 for 3. He's got a single and 3 trips. He bounced into a fielder's choice, and he's flown up to center field in his 3 times to the plate. 2 for 6 on the season. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded softly over to first. It is fielded by Franco. He's going to step on the bag. It's going to be a ground out to 3 for out number 2, and that's going to bring up the top of the order in Kyoto Fujiwara. Well, for Fujiwara, he comes to the plate at 1 for 3 tonight. He's got a double and an RBI. He's struck out a couple of times, and he's walked. Our friend CV baseball card collector is in the house here. Sorry, guys, I left my chat for a little bit here. Pete Alonso will hit 50 plus, says CV baseball card collector. Yeah. There's been a few surprises lately, that is for sure. The Mets pitcher Kodai Senga has been doing pretty good. As the first pitch is a split finger pitch and misses down to Fujiwara, and the count is 1-0. Alexander Leggett says, hope for the Eagles yet. No, it's the Marines. 8-0 here. CV baseball card collector says, so is the A's pitcher adjusting? As there's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep right field and racing back up against the wall. And is that going to be gone or what? It looks like it is going to leave the yard. Fujiwara is going to get himself a home run, and that is going to make the score now 10-0. As that is another gopher ball served up here by Anraku. Oh boy, it's Homer Fest tonight. 10-0 here for the Marines. A 2-run shot here by Fujiwara. And they continue to pile it on here against the Golden Eagles in the 7th inning. Oh boy. As our friend CV baseball card collector said, no run or support for the A's pitcher. No pitching from the new A's pitcher, Fujinami, that's for sure. There's a first pitch fastball delivered to Kenta Chitani. He takes it for a called strike, and the count's 0-1. Well, the Golden Eagles here off to a rocky start this year. There's a fastball that misses outside. Count goes even at 1-1. I wonder if that fastball hurts a little less, knowing that your team is up 10-0. And here's the pitch. It's a split finger pitch swung on and missed. The count goes to 1-2. Alexander Leggett says, really regretting not putting that bet on the Marines. What a train wreck tonight. Yeah, it's unfortunate here. And of course, you got to sit back and watch the rest of this game. As there's a split finger pitch swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2. Kind of excited to call this series. Figured it would be one of the more even matchups. And it ends up being that the Fighters are kicking the snot out of the Buffaloes, or did that in the 2 games of the set. Who would have thunk that? It's kind of crazy how the games go. Well, we'll look at that out-of-town scoreboard as there's a split finger pitch swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2. Hawks are beating the Lions 3-0. That's in the bottom of the 6th inning. Final in the Kyocera Dome, the Buffaloes lose to the Fighters 7-2. Game is now a completed final. Also a final, the Carp knocked off the Giants 4-2. Carp are swimming well this year. The Giants are in 5th place in the Central League. There's a breaking ball ticket for a called 3rd strike, and that is going to retire Chitani on strikes. He's gone for out number 3. And that will do it here. 3 runs in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits, and they were both home runs. No errors and nobody left the board. 10-0 as we are now through 7 complete. The rest of that scoreboard, I'll flip it to you. The Swallows have now tied it up against the Tigers. It's 1-1 in the 7th inning, and 7-0 for the Bay Stars over the Dragons. That's in the top of the 8th. And as we go to the 8th inning, 10-0 here. We'll be back here in just a couple moments. Appreciate everybody for jumping in here with us tonight. And we thank you, as always, for listening in. We'll be right back in a few.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the 8th inning, and the Golden Eagles are coming to bat here, and it is going to be Toshiki Abe, Tsuyoshi Yamazaki, and then it'll be Yuma Yasuda to come to bat, as they're going to be facing the right-hander, which is Nishima, who will be back in for his second inning of work. The first pitch delivered to Abe is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1. Abe in this one here, 0 for 2 tonight. He has struggled really to start the year. Check that off, as it may not be Abe to the plate. We'll have to take a look here, as it looks like it is a pinch hitter, because Abe is out of the game. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is now 0-2. So this is Yuya Ogo now into pinch hit. I was going to say Abe's a right-handed stick, but Ogo is a lefty. So Ogo in, Abe out. And here comes the 0-2 offering. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. After this one's done, we'll give you the roundup from around the NPB. And then we will call it a night, and we'll be back on the airwaves. We'll be posting up our schedule a little later on in the week. Actually, we'll probably end up doing it tomorrow or Monday. And hopefully you guys can make it back in with us. There's a split finger pitch that misses down, and the count is 1-2, as Ogo does a pretty good job of holding off on that pitch. As the righty leans in, as the ready to deliver here to Ogo, and the pitch is a fastball swung on and is grounded over to first. Another nice play by Yamaguchi. Fields it. He steps on the bag. That's going to be a ground out to 3 for out number 1 here in the 8th inning. And the Eagles are slowly watching their opportunity to at-bats. Their at-bats come to an end here. It'll be Yamazaki and then Yasuda to follow. We'll do a double check here. Yamazaki is still coming to bat. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He's flown to center field, and he has walked in his 2 trips to the plate. He's waiting here on the first offering from the right-hander Nishimura, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. Let's check that. 1 ball and no strikes. We're having a hard time in this one to keep our engagement. I'm sure that's for everybody that's listened to us as well. So 1 ball and no strikes as the righty holds to the set position. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is even at 1-1. Not a lot to be excited about if you are a Golden Eagles fan. And the 1-1 is on the way here as Nishimura kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on, and it's grounded foul just past the bag at first base. That's going to run the count to 1-2. Yamazaki has hit the ball hard a couple of times and fouled it off. Our friend Alexander Leggett says you better head out now. Apparently you want the Marines to score a few more runs. This is one of those games. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded up to the shortstop. Fielded by Chitani. He throws to first. That's going to retire Yamazaki on a ground out 6-3. Number 2 is there, and that's going to bring up Yasuda to the plate. Our friend Alexander Leggett says, I don't know of any team that's come back from a 10-0 deficit. Yeah, I remember one time, I think the Cleveland Indians had a game where they were down. It was something crazy in the 9th inning. And there's been a couple of times in Major League Baseball in the last 20 years where teams been down by 8 or 9 runs going to the 9th, and the next thing you know, they lose it. And that happens very, very rarely. There's a fastball that misses under the hand, or catches a fastball for the corner under the hands, and the count is 0-1 to Yasuda. It's only happened a couple of times, and it's just been really, really strange. There's a fastball swung on, and it's lined into center field for a base hit single, and Yasuda's aboard. That's the 3rd hit of the ball game. Shotgun shell in the house tonight. Now, see, Bill, if you were here a few minutes ago, we had something special for you, and you weren't here earlier, but now you're here. So we'll save it for you for the innings break. And hopefully by that point in time, you'll stick with us and get a kick out of it. Shotgun Shell says the Mets came back. Yeah, well, Pete Alonso with his fifth bomb of the year, and also with Kodai Senga on the hill. Things are looking good in New York. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball down, and it gets away from the catcher, and it goes all the way to the backstop. And that is going to advance the runner Yasuda over to second on the wild pitch. So there is 2 gone here in the top of the 8th inning. And Yasuda's at second. Tatsumi as the batter here with the 1 ball and no strike count on him. Tatsumi's 0 for 2 tonight. He's also drawn a walk. He was erased in a double playback in the first inning. He's been very busy in the outfield. A lot of balls hit to center field tonight. 5 for 30 on the young season. He's not off to a great start. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. On the counts 1-1. Oh, that's right. Our friend Shotgun Shell says the Mets came back from 8 or 9 runs down in the 9th inning last year or 2 years ago to come back and win a game. You're right. I was thinking of the one when the Indians were playing a few years back, and I can't remember who that game was against. I want to say that might have been 15 years ago now. So here's the 1-1 pitch. There's a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to second, and it is fielded, thrown to first, and that is going to retire Tatsumi on a ground out 4-3. And we'll do it here for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left. Your score is 10-0 as we're moving here to the bottom of the 8th inning. Hang tight, everybody. Our friend Shotgun Shell, we got something for you. We thought you'd get a kick out of it, and I know you'll approve. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. The announced attendance in this one, 28,848 is what they have said the attendance is at the park in Chiba. And that is where we're at. Just looking at the scoreboard, as we said, there's a couple of ball games that are finals. The game at the Kyocera Dome between the Fighters and Buffaloes, 7-2 for the Fighters as they knocked off Oryx, 4-2 for the Hiroshima Toyo Carp over the Giants. That game's also a final. Top of the 8th inning, 1-1 between the Tigers and the Swallows. That's at the Koshin. 7-0 Bay Stars over the Dragons. That's in the bottom of the 8th inning. And it is a 3-0 game at the bottom of the 6th for the Hawks over the Lions. Curious, that game there, bottom of 6th inning, at a slower pace than this one. We're in the 8th inning. It's a 10-0 ball game. But I guess in some regards, there hasn't been a whole lot of traffic on the base paths. There's going to be a pitching change for the Golden Eagles, and we'll get that for you in just a moment as we're waiting for the announcement to be made. We've seen already tonight 5 pitchers used. It's going to be number 6, and this is going to be the right-hander Yugi, who's coming into the ball game. So already questionable type of bullpen. Hayato Yugi on in relief. He is going to be making his 4th appearance. Has worked 2 innings. He's allowed 3 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and he's allowed a run. He's got an ERA of 4.5. And we are going to be getting the hitter here for Nakamura, so we'll get you that in a second, too. So the first offering from Yugi is a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is 1-0. They did pinch run for Nakamura in the last time that he had come to bat. He pitches on away. It's a fastball swung on, and this is going to be lifted foul down the left field line. This here is indeed the pinch runner, and this is going to be Tetsunori Ogawa, a left-handed hitting second baseman who came in for Nakamura. He pitches on away. It's a fastball swung on. It is looped softly over behind the shortstop, and making the catch is going to be Yamazaki. That's going to retire Ogawa for the first out of the inning. So Tatsunori Ogawa goes in the books for out number 1. That's going to bring up, well, it's supposed to bring up Koki Yamaguchi, but here we're also going to get a pinch hitter. It looks like that the Marines are clearing their bench here. The Matsukawa coming to bat. So Ko Matsukawa coming here. So Matsukawa stepping to the plate for the first time tonight. He takes the first pitch for a called strike. The count is 0-1. And there is a fastball. He checks his swing on again. It's a called strike. 0-2. He's 1 for 4 on the year, is Matsukawa. But he finds himself quickly in the hole here at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. As the lefty holds to the set position, and now he kicks and delivers. There is a breaking ball that misses down. The count now is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Curious to see, as we look at the standings, not just in the NPB, but in Major League Baseball, the Tampa Bay Rays still have not lost a ball game yet. 8-0 to start the year, streaking. There's a fastball swung on. It's chopped back to the pitcher. Fielded neatly by Yugi. Throws to first. That's going to go as a ground out, 1-3 for the second out of the inning. It's going to bring up Gregory Polanco. So Matsukawa gone and retired. Let's see if it is going to be Polanco or if they're going to have a pinch hitter for him. And it is going to be a pinch hitter. It looks like it's going to be Seiya Inoue. To confirm that with you in just a moment. It's exactly who it is. So Inoue coming to pinch hit for Polanco. Inoue 1 for 9 on the season as he bats here for the first time. I guess other early surprises in Major League Baseball, other than that Tampa Bay Rays start, there's a breaking ball that's going to catch the outside corner for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Maybe the fact that the Minnesota Twins are atop of the Central. They had to do a few tweaks in the offseason. There's a breaking ball that misses down and in. The count is 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strikes. Maybe the Seattle Mariners and the Astros playing below 500 baseball to start the year. Also a little surprising. St. Louis Cardinals stumbled out of the gates. They're 3-5. There's a breaking ball that misses down. The count goes to 2-1 to Inoue. And maybe the fact that the Dodgers and the Padres are tied with the Diamondbacks at 5-4 for the top spot in the West. Diamondbacks, 8 of their first 10 games are against the Dodgers. There's a fastball swung on and grounded foul. It's going to run the count now to 2-2 on Inoue. Our friend Alexander Leggett says Randy Arozarena is playing like a god. He's just picked it right up or kept it going right from the World Baseball Classic. Unbelievable. Tyler says, anyway, I can watch the Hanshin game. Probably live QQ. I'd have to go and check that out. There's a fastball swung on and it's grounded down the third baseline foul. That's going to keep the count at 2-2 to Inoue. Friend Shotgun Shell says he approves. So Tyler asks us, if you Google live QQ, QQ as in the letters, and then when you have to get there, you've got to do some searches. If Alexander's still around, there you go. He'll help you out there. And there's a fastball swung on. It is sliced down the right field line, but it's just going to go foul. It's going to keep the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Try to see if there's anything over at that as well. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to a new 8. And here's the offering from the lefty Yugi, and it's swung on and is popped up down into shallow right field. Coming on over it is Watanabe. He's going to make the catch. That is going to do it as the Marines are gone in order here in the 8th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 8 complete. Your score is 10-0. Looks like the Marines are going to the bullpen again, and we'll be back in just a couple. We'll see if we're going to be able to get that Tigers-Swallows game on in our background so we can kind of look in on that as well. So hang tight, everybody. We'll be back here in just a few minutes. Hopefully we'll be able to take a peek at that. We got some kind of weird stuff going on. But hopefully we can pull that one up for you when we can. We'll be right back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. Our friend Josh asked the question, said, would it be frowned upon if you put the link in the chat? Yeah, it would get us into some trouble. So we don't post, that is for sure. And that would be the reason why it is not exactly, I don't know what's going on with Live QQ. There's been some challenges and issues over there. We tried to take a look to pull up one of the feeds as well tonight. And certainly been a bit of a hassle. There's a couple of feeds. I'm not sure which one is which, but we're certainly not getting a good feed in regards to anything for the baseball links. It's just a really weird piece the way it's been handling itself lately. They do have a right-hander into the Marines. As we'll stick around here to finish this one off. It is going to be number 60 into the ball game. And that pitcher is going to be Yokoyama. So he is coming on here. Yokoyama making his second appearance of the year. Kudo Yokoyama has worked 2/3 of an inning. He's allowed a couple of hits, walked 1, struck out 1, and given up a couple of runs. He's got a fluffed up ERA at 27. But of course, that's only in 1 appearance. So Yokoyama on in relief here, the third pitcher used tonight by the Marines. And he is going to be facing the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the order, at least he's supposed to be. This is a pinch hitter for Hiroto Kobakata. And the first pitch is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1. The pinch hitter here for Kobakata, number 24, this is Kurakawa. So Fumiya Kurakawa in the pinch hit for Kobakata. And he takes a fastball low and in, and the count now goes even at 1-1. Kurakawa, so far on the young season, he has 1 hit in 9 trips to the plate. He's batting $111. And he pitches a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into right field. Moving back on the warning track and looking up, and this one is gone, a home run. And there you have it, the first run of the ball game, courtesy of a pinch hitter off of the bat of Kurakawa. There goes the shutout if you're a Marine fan. So an RBI home run here, or a solo home run to start the 9th inning. And as we were laughing about before, maybe this is the comeback. It's going to schedule to bring up Hideo Asamura. We'll see if that is indeed who is going to still come to the plate. So 10-1 is the scoreline. And the first offering here at Asamura is a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Asamura. Again, the righty ready to go again as he kicks and delivers. And it is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. And he's way ahead in the count now at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Our friend Josh said he had some issues as well. The playback speed, it's been kind of interesting. Alexander says he's been trying to leave for 3 innings, but you might as well stick around here. Don't you know they're coming back? 1 ball and 2 strikes to Asamura. And here comes the offering. It is a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-2. Yeah, Josh, usually what people do is they listen to us. We sync it along, give you the play-by-play, and guys will watch or cue that up, depending on where their feed is at. Tyler says, how many innings to get a tie? It'll be 12 innings. You can play to the 12th, and then the game is over. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is now 3-2 to Asamura. And that could possibly happen over there because those 2 teams have been pitching really, really well. Runs are at a premium. So who knows what's going to happen in that game at the Cochin. They might probably another 15 more innings and still not score a run. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into center field. Drifting back on it is the center fielder, Fujiwara, and he's going to make the catch. He's going to retire Asamura for the first out of the inning. 1 up and 1 away. Sorry, check that, 1 away, and that's going to bring up Miguel Franco. So everything went crazy for Kishi, the starting pitcher for the Golden Eagles in the first couple innings, and it was all Marines after that. So 1 gone here, and Franco steps to the plate, waiting on the first offering from the righty Yokoyama, who delivers a breaking ball that swung on and missed. The count is quickly 0-1. Watanabe will wait his turn on deck. As the right-handed hitting Franco here, 0 for 3 tonight. Waits on the offering from Yokoyama, who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is now 1-1. Our friend Tyler says, come on, Tigers. Yeah, bottom of the 8th inning there at the Cochin. And here comes the offering from the righty Yokoyama, who delivers a fastball that swung on and fouled straight back, and that runs the count to 1-2. After this game is over, we'll give you the full recap on this. We'll give you the rundown of the scores from around the NPB. And then we will call it a night. As a reminder, look for the live stuff on our channel. We'll put up our schedule here probably either tomorrow or Monday. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get to where we're going to be able to get to in the midweek. But we will try to get a couple of midweek games done. Those will be 2 a.m. Pacific. There's a breaking ball taken for a called 3rd strike. Franco stood there like the house by the side of the road, watched it go by for the 2nd out of the inning, and that's going to leave it all up to Yoshi Watanabe. That pitch is a sidearm, low 3/4 type of pitch. I have to tell you, that pitch looked like it was a little low, but at this point in time in the ball game, doesn't really matter as the game is pretty much out of hand here. The home plate umpire has probably got that arm oiled up to be able to lift it up and pound out those strike calls. So this is the first at bat here for Watanabe. He came in as a pinch runner to replace Shimauchi. And the first pitch he swings at it, he pops it up into shallow left field. Coming in on it is Oka. He's underneath it. He makes the catch. And that is going to do it here. That's going to be the ball game, everybody. Well, the Eagles spoil the party for the Marines. They do get a run in the top of the ninth inning on one hit. No errors, nobody left aboard. The home run from the pinch hitter, Kurakawa, broke up the shutout bid. And that is going to do it here for this one. We'll be back in just a couple of moments. We'll give you the rundown of this, and then hopefully you guys can enjoy the rest of this as well. Josh, we appreciate you for stopping in. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this.
Good evening, sports fans. I hope you all have been enjoying the game. This is just another message from another Hollis build. I hope that your team is in the lead, but if not, remember, that's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But you know I'm gonna change that tune. When I'm back on top in June. I said that's life, and as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on my team, but I don't let it get me down, 'cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I hope you enjoy the rest of the game, and if it remains the same, remember, that's life. You want your fill? Go check another Hollis build on YouTube. Last Raps Baseball. Let's get back to the game. Let's go! You know that's life. You know it. One love and peace.
Appreciate you, Matt, and everybody else who jumped in here. We're trying to get ourselves connected to see that Swallows and Tigers game, and everything to the point here is a little bit on the rugged side. We are jumping in there as well. We're going to wrap this one up for you, and then I'll try to see if maybe we could bounce over and give you a little bit of insight on that one. But I'm not sure if we're going to be able to pull it off or not. Our stream just keeps locking up, and I've tried it on both of our pieces here, so I'm not sure if we'll be able to jump in on either one, but we'll do the best we can on it if we can. The Tigers, of course, are playing the Swallows. That game is locked up at 1, and we'll see if we can do it here. Looks like we may have ourselves a feed at some point. It's like Osuna's at the plate. Let's see what we can come up with here, if we can get ourselves something. It does look like we've got something there. It is in the top half of the ninth inning. They're probably on their way to extras at least. It's a 3-0 pitch. It looks like Osuna's at the plate, and Yuasa is pitching for the Tigers. So pretty good crowd on hand there as the Tigers and the Swallows are going at it. We'll see if we can give you a little bit of play-by-play in just a second. But try to get myself set up here. See if we can get a little bit of that action as the right-hander Yuasa delivers, and Osuna hits a bullet down the third base line, and it was Sato diving to his right to make a spectacular catch. Oh boy, that was fantastic. Pretty nice play there. Not going to be able to jump in and look at my feed here for a little bit, as we are going to be looking at our B feed, as that is a absolute scorcher. What a beautiful play there. Fantastic diving catch by Sato down the third base line. And that is where we stand on this one. So they do have some changes as we have here. Let's see if we got other stuff. The Hawks are playing the Lions. We got some stuff going on over there as well. So looks like our feed is in and out. I don't know if we're going to be able to get much anything on this. Yuasa is going to retire somebody else here, but looks like our feeds are not going to be able to cooperate with us, and so that's going to be the end of this one. What else we have here? We've got Alexander Leggett says Tyler says he needs the Tigers, but I hedged in case. Alexander says he's got to wrap it up. We appreciate you being there. There's another one there. Yeah, junk or suspect at gmail.com. Send an email there. He said he can give you some more links in real time. They're in extras, Tyler says. He says he's on the app he's on. Well, looked like it was in the 9th inning at that point. I'm just looking here on the score line. It looks like it is in the, according on the NPB website, they're in the top of the 9th inning, so not quite in extras yet. Anyways, everybody, we're going to wrap it up for the rest of this evening. We appreciate everybody for being here. We can't get our other feeds to go, but your final score with the Marines 10 and the Eagles 1. We appreciate everybody for dropping in tonight, and we thank you for your support. We'll be back again on the later on in the week. We will post our schedule either tomorrow or on Monday, and be sure to check out all our other videos that we got coming up. Once again, it's been another Last Raps Baseball video production. Have yourselves a great night, and we'll see you again soon. It's been another great night calling Japanese baseball. We'll be back again later.